I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots, and a sexy body full of
All right. So I accidentally, quote unquote, accidentally got really way too high the other night.
I'll let y'all in on a secret. I didn't know you got high.
I don't. I don't get high, which is the thing. I'm not. It's like I drink. I do not do drugs. Or the closest thing I get is CBD based stuff.
Like gummies and shit.
Yes. And we used to use CBD oil or what do you want to call it, tincture, to go to sleep or even with some pain, and found a few things that worked. We do have a place called I think it's called American Shaman that's right here that Jessica goes to all the time.
Fucking hippies.
Yeah, so well, you got to remember she's like an ex-druggie and pot was her like mainstay. So
Gross.
she tries to get her fix in slightly more legal ways since I won't let her actively smoke. Cuz fucking gross in my opinion. It's like but well, like she smokes cigarettes, but it's pot.
And you're a non-smoker, aren't you?
Yeah.
Is that weird for you? Because Kara said it doesn't bother her. Kara's a non-smoker too.
Dude, I grew up with smokers. I've dated almost exclusively smokers, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm the first smoker Kara's ever been with, and her parents do not smoke. Her dad just started drinking beer in his like fucking 50s, dude. Like they don't fuck around like that.
Yeah. Okay, so Saturday.
Cheech and Chong.
Just Cheech and Chong. So Saturday she goes to Shaman to go. She was getting the vape pens and shit like that, and it was just fucking with her. Like she's coughing like a beginner. Like it's like this shit was so rough.
Hey, vape pens ain't no joke, dude.
No, it's not. But like it wasn't until she started getting the what I would call the weak weed pens that that she started coughing really fucking bad. And I'm like, baby, you gotta stop doing that shit. It's like
because it doesn't have the adjuster on it, right? She can't turn down the output and stuff. It's one setting. That's why.
But either way, it just she stopped doing that stuff, so she needed to get her fix somewhere else. So what she did is she got some fucking Delta 8 gummies.
Okay.
For those who don't know, Delta 8 is a legal version of a very small amount of THC, and because of the way it's dealt with and everything like that, it's generally legal. There's probably some places that still are probably a little tight on it, but then there's the places that you can do whatever the fuck you want as long as you pay for it and get the taxes in there. But here in Texas, we still don't weed is still not legal, but all the THC products are becoming more and more and more legal. Delta 10, Delta 8. I think there's a Delta 9, but it really didn't matter. So mostly Delta 8, Delta 10. So she picked up some Delta 8 gummies. Like that's a decent amount of THC in those things. The normal CBD gummies she would get, I've had those plenty of times. Usually help me sleep, usually deal with some aches and pains, something like that. No big deal, right? Other than it might taste a little funky. So Sunday night, we're just chilling out in the living room, right? And so she had already had one of the gummies before. It's really, really hard to tell if she's being affected by anything, except when she's drunk. It's very fucking obvious when she's drunk because she gets really obnoxious and mean. She's a surprisingly mean drunk. But so I eat one of the gummies. She said she gave me the smallest one that was in there. I figure, fuck it. We've had CBD gummies before. No big deal. And then I just chill out in the chair. I forgot if I was playing something or if she was watching something. I forget exactly what was going on, but I just chilled in the chair for like the next hour and a half until we went to bed.
You woke up 10 hours later?
No, that would have been wonderful. At this point, I'm not feeling fuck all. Like I just figured, no big deal. Didn't feel anything.
Just give me another one. I don't feel shit.
Nope, didn't do that game because I know better. But at that point, okay, it's bedtime. Got to go turn everything off. I had left the lights on in here from editing the podcast and stuff like that, which the last podcast went up so fucking late. That was my fault. And then I go to turn the lights off. I get out of the chair and my arms and legs feel like this.
They went wibbly wobbly.
Wibbly wobbly, and I'm just like, and not like drunk wibbly wobbly either. It's just like
Real quick,
go
real
ahead.
quick sidebar before you
Yeah.
finish, because the wibbly wobbly just made me think of it. I finally get the timey-wimey reference.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember what I was watching, but somebody cut in a clip of the doctor saying it, and then it was like throughout the video it was like all the different doctors would say it. So now I get why y'all were laughing at it. Fuck you, Dr. Whovian nerds. Now back to what you were saying.
That's fine. Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey.
That's
Anyways, so basically wibbly wobbly, timey wimey is basically what I turned into. And like
you were your own quantum mania.
Dude, I no joke. I like, and this is only like an hour and a half after I ate it, right? Like I know usually anything's
30 minutes to an hour, you start to feel it.
Usually is when it kicks in, but I was sitting the whole fucking time.
Gotcha.
So
blood wasn't pumping.
And no equilibrium to deal with or anything else like that. So I got to go in the kitchen, turn everything off. She went in the bedroom to go take her night pills and everything else. And like, I feel like a fucking toddler. I feel like I have a head that's about this big and my legs are about that long. And I can't.
So you were a Shoky pop.
I was, yeah, basically. I felt like a fucking Funko Pop. And like, the funny thing is like, I can feel my arms and legs. I'm just not sure about what position they're in at any given point. Like, I know they're there and I know I'm using them and I can see my feet moving, but it's like trying to steer like you're playing like a game, but you're looking down at the ground trying to move a leg independently of your view. That's basically what my legs felt like. And just like, I'm putting them there. I know I'm doing this.
Left foot up.
Yeah,
and I'm just forward.
And I'm just like, and I just go straight to the bed and I sit down.
And that was it. That was a fuck up right there.
No, and I told her, I'm like, okay. And she's like, what? I was like, I didn't think it was hitting me, but it definitely hit me. And she starts giggling. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. And so I just figure, okay, it's fine. It's bedtime. Most of the time, if I take anything remotely like this, I just will zonk the fuck out after a little bit, after relaxing.
Were you getting tracers and stuff?
No, that happens on Ambien.
Okay.
So I've told the Ambien stories here multiple times.
Yeah. Talking to the 3-headed goat on the astral plane and all that shit. Yeah.
Well, that didn't happen, but no. Like Ambien, if you hit your REM sleep or your REM state while you're still awake, clearly makes you you're clearly hallucinating, but you're awake. Okay. And then like I've had really crazy dreams on Ambien. This was a completely different feeling. Like this wasn't like being drunk. This wasn't like being Ambien high. This was like, I don't know what anything is doing. Like because I
out, man.
Dude, so and I think that I'm just gonna lay down. I'm gonna go to sleep here in a minute because I'm just hoping it's just gonna kick in more and I'm just gonna pass the fuck out.
Zonk out. Yeah.
That is not what happened.
You laid there and thought about contemplate the secrets of the universe for hours.
I wish that's what happened. No, I became hyper aware of anything and everything. My fucking heart felt like it was racing, even though it wasn't. Half my face was like screaming hot. The other side was fucking ice cold. And like I couldn't stop fucking tossing and turning because it didn't matter what direction I faced. Every little thing was fucking annoying me. And then I started with some fucking paranoia. And I'm just like, okay, what the fuck is that noise? Oh God, should I go see what that is? No, I can't fucking get up. I don't even know where my feet are. I'm just like, okay. And like the whole time she's passed the fuck out. Like she is fucking gone, fucking snoring. And I'm like, okay, I can just fall asleep. I'm just gonna focus on the inside of my eyelids. It's good. What is that? Is that on fire? No, that can't be on fire. My eyes are closed. What the fuck is this? It's just like, what? It's like, and then like it just kept going like the whole fucking time. Like it's like for like Ambien is one thing. So like if you miss your sleep window on Ambien, it can keep you up and it feels like insomnia. And then you might just be enduring some odd shit. This was very, very different and very, very unpleasant. And I did have a freak out because like the real freak out was that it felt like my heart was racing, but it wasn't. Like, because I checked, I'm like, what? Like, it's like breathe calmly. I'm like, and it's like, no, my heart rate is fine, but my everything feels like it's pulsing like super fucking fast. was like, it was massively unenjoyable. It's like, it was kind of funny when my feet weren't sure where they were. Trying to go to sleep absolutely did not work. Like, I don't know what type of THC, like if it was supposed to be like sativa or if it was supposed to be like indica or anything else like that. I don't know.
That's too much. That's too much, man. When I was growing up, there's 3 kinds of weed, man. You had the sticky, you had the brown shake, and you had the green. That's it, man. Like, these kids talk about this shit nowadays, and I'm like, man, do I need to bring out my science book? Like, they start talking some crazy shit now.
Well, because the science behind it is obvious. It depends on the neurological effect of the particular strain.
You see all that horse shit right there? That just came out of your mouth. I'm like, fuck, dude, you want to be high or you don't want to be high? That's it, dude. That's how I grew up.
But the difference there is, you and I always get it backwards. You know, it's 50-50 chance. I don't know, and I always get it wrong. But one
makes you hungry, and one just gets you lifted or some shit like that.
One super relaxes you, and the other makes you super awake. So like, it's like one acts like caffeine, one acts like fucking sleeping.
Too much. Just give me weed, man. If I want to be high, I just want to be high. I want all that extra thinking beforehand.
Well, the thing is, though, if you get whatever and you're like, you want to just relax and chill the fuck out, and then you're going to end up going to sleep, but you smoke or whatever.
I always went to sleep. Let me tell you, since we're talking about this is on Patreon, right?
Yes.
So, well, all my years of doing drugs, and I mean, I did anything that didn't involve a needle. I did it. And even if it involved a needle, I would just do it a different way. I didn't fuck with needles. It's just not my thing. I think I spent maybe a grand total of $100 on weed of my own money, because I didn't like it, because literally if I smoked within 30 minutes, I was going to sleep. There was nothing that could be done about it. And when I'd sleep like a fucking baby. My old roommates used to joke about it because friends would come over, we'd get high, we'd start playing Halo 3 when that was still the hot shit back in the day. And fucking we'd smoke out, and I'd be like, well, I'm gonna go take a leak real quick, and my roommate would just start laughing, and our friend would be like, what's wrong? He's like, he ain't coming back. Because I wouldn't. I'd go to the bathroom, and then I'd go straight to my room and lay down and just be gone. Bloop, sleep like a fucking angel wrapped in a cloud, man. Yeah. But so I always thought it was a waste of money. To me, it was just a huge waste. I would spend $60 and then get high as fuck and then just sleep, and it would be gone. So it was just a big waste to me. So I was always the other way. I'm an uppers guy. Like, I love anything that got you up and moving, dude. I'd go for days.
That makes a lot of sense. But it's just like, because I have 0 to less than 1% exposure to such things, that, you know, and I don't know, and I know it says it on the bottle, but she has the bottle, so I don't know. But after experiencing that, and then what is it? Today's Tuesday, so Sunday we went to Cracker Barrel for
breakfast. Biscuits and gravy like a champ.
Shit, I made my own biscuits and gravy. Fuck theirs. But no, actually,
theirs used to be good.
Oh yeah. Well, I was actually reading up, and sometimes it was hit or miss. But either way, and sorry, I incorrectly spoke. It's the Honky Bucket. It's not the Cracker Barrel.
Yes.
Going back to that episode.
The Caucasian bowl.
There you go. But either way, so we're walking around because it was going to be like a 40-minute wait, which it wasn't, but that's, you know, what they always quote you. So we're walking around,
spend money in the gift shop.
Yeah, so we're in the gift shop looking around, and by the way, I found a really oddball fourth party fucking transforming / combining robot that everybody turned into like little Nerf guns. I was like, I don't know what the price is on these, but if it's like more than $10, it's too much. But it was like a set of 5, and they all transformed into multicolored guns and then combined into one big robot. When I say big, I mean like the size of a deluxe probably. But either way, we're looking over at the candy, because you know they have just an infinite selection of candy, and I look, and her tongue is blue. I'm like, why is your fucking tongue blue? She's like, I don't know. I was like,
she was eating candy while walking around.
No, she took one of the fucking gummies before we left. I'm like, this fucking bitch. This bitch is over here fucking getting high before we go somewhere. It's like, that's why you wanted me to fucking drive. Because that's
why I go to Cracker Barrel. She's gonna fuck some shit up.
But the thing is like, it even says there is the big warning, you know, not in small letters, says do not operate machinery or drive a car.
Every medication says that as a safety clause.
Well, I mean, medication, quote unquote medication. You know, the shit that will. I mean, you heard what it did to me as I was sitting in a chair. Imagine if I'm fucking driving a car and that shit happened.
Dude, I could imagine playing God of War on that shit, dude.
Oh, I would
Like,
probably. No, I'm not. I'm going to do something. No, I'll do it on Power Wash Simulator.
dude,
Where I
that'd be
could
funny.
just
That'd
sit
be
there and
funny. Like,
focus.
you're like, why is this rum shift going for so long? It's not. It's just your slow motion. The game's full speed.
And I'm doing this number.
I remember when I used to get fucked up and play video games like racing games and stuff like Need for Speed Underground. I definitely was leaning into all the turns and shit. Like I was really driving.
Oh, I mean, I did that anyways. Like that, even as a kid playing whatever racing games on Nintendo, I was fucking.
Now you'll catch me doing like the head tilt, but I mean when I was
Oh no, I was
like,
full on rolling.
My body would go with that shit.
Yeah, no. But see, like I obviously I don't tend to ever get high on anything on purpose, anyways. You know, paint fumes and whatnot when I forget to actually open the window.
I accidentally snorted that kilo. Y'all need to fucking relax.
Well, by accident is somebody opened the kilo downstairs and just went, and it just drifted
blew it straight up my nose, Your Honor.
Yeah.
I was just minding my own business, being a good American.
Hold on, I'll come back to that in a second. I just thought about it. I was just reminded of something, but shit, I'll just say it now because I remember. Because you know we're in Southeast Texas, we're not super far from Mexico, relatively, and I remember there being an issue of some type of massive fires going on in Mexico. This was back in the super late 90s,
burning their crops.
So the smoke was drifting north to Texas, and I remember people legit kind of getting high just from being outside. Because it was so much, even if it drifted fucking 2,000 miles, it's still such high density by the time it gets to us that the smoke in the air that is drifting up is actually that bad. That's fucking nuts.
That's crazy.
I was reminded of that the other day because we're talking about like the pollen and everything else like that, and the dust that just kicks in. So I don't think we're gonna have African dust this year, Saharan dust as they call it, you know. But odds are we'll get more hurricanes this year. But either way, the pollen went down a little bit, and I'm not suffering as bad right now. But man, this past weekend was fucking horrendous. And then I got hot.
My table's only covered with the same amount of tree jizz. I think the rain knocked it all down for right now. So it'll be back in the next couple of days. We
got a tiny bit of rain, and then we got like a lot of moisture in the air today, so it kind of sucked it all down to the ground level.
Let's see if I can get so you can see my fingertip.
Ugh, Jesus. Snort it.
No.
Okay.
It's like this, like,
in the gums. And that's when you find out what you're allergic to. You're like, oh god. Oh god.
Yeah, your gums just swell up out of your mouth.
And then you look like Bubba from fucking Forrest Gump.
I was gonna say, no, you look like fucking butt face from Star Wars.
Oh. Yeah.
Butt mouth guy. I never remember his name. Somebody's gonna make fun of me for not remembering that, but I don't care.
No, they won't. But it's fine. So because I just reminded myself. So Monster.
You better not badmouth my coffee, man.
Not badmouthing it. So I was thinking the other day, because basically around here, all I can do is find the mocha or the mean bean, which I'm a fan of. Every now and then I find a gas station that has a caramel.
Amazon. I have Amazon deliver me a case.
Yeah. I don't drink it that much, but the thing is, I found a new flavor the other day that was interesting. I think it was it Cafe au lait? I think it was.
I don't think I've ever seen that one. I've seen the Irish
one. It's new. I love the
Uh,
Irish one. That's what I miss. I miss the Irish one.
And then what is the other one? The Aloha one or whatever. That
Yes, there was like a Kona coffee kind of
Kona.
version.
Kona.
Yeah.
It was a Kona one.
So this one was like
Cafe au lait. That's just coffee and milk, right? It was like
well, that's why I think I got the name wrong, but because it was something like that. And I know it was Frenchy looking, but random teal days, but
no, I just thought you said Frenchy looking, and I immediately my brain went to the boys. I'm like,
yeah, I don't know. You want to drink that kind? Hold on, let me look up Monster coffee flavors real quick, because now I'm gonna remember.
And also might be a regional thing too. They probably have.
Well, that's what I was wondering.
Probably go to Hawaii and get pineapple flavored fucking Monster.
Oh yeah,
coffee.
so there was. Yeah, you're right. Here's a Kona blend. I just found that, but is that it? Oh, they do have the new cold brew one too. I haven't tried that yet.
No, thank you. I don't want my coffee to taste like coffee at all.
Well, I mean, it's still going to be the same thing, just alter the flavor. What is this one?
And then so many
that's the
people
triple
look.
shots.
Look, let me tell you about these things. So many people give me so much shit. You know how much caffeine's in that? It's so bad for you. Go to Dunkin' Donuts and get a large coffee. Has triple the amount of caffeine that this whole can has. So people are full of shit. They can suck my ass.
I agree. Well, I mean, I don't agree that they should suck your ass, but I just agree with
I mean, hey,
sentiment.
we're supposed to be friends. You should tell people to suck my ass. It's cool.
No, thanks. Oh, there it is. What is it? Oh, sorry, cafe latte.
Cafe. Oh, fancy motherfucker.
So
Very little sugar, lots of cream.
You would think that.
Well, I'm saying that's what a latte is.
Oh, okay. So I misunderstood the thing here. So yeah, it's literally pretty much just cream and sugar.
Mm-hmm.
But I misread the label. So I was like, I don't recognize any of these flavors. And this one I drank it because it literally says gingerbread, cinnamon, dolce, peppermint, white mocha. Your mobile app would even laugh at you for ordering that. But if you love coffee, that's not what we're doing here. Yeah. So that's basically what it is. So okay. So basically, it's kind of how I usually, if I get any kind of crazy stuff, it's going to be something like that from Starbucks anyway. So it's a pretty cool looking can though, if you can see that.
Turn it a little more. It's like red and orange or black and orange.
No, it's actually the foam. It's supposed to be like the foam from the
coffee
cream. Yeah, so it's actually, it fades from gold at the top going down like the foam would be doing on the nitro.
That's cool.
It's not nitro, but because it stood out to me, I was like, that's a cool looking can. And then I read it, I was like, I want to try that. But I do miss the Irish one because no stores currently have it. Oh, what's the white one?
Dude,
okay, vanilla latte.
That's stacked up all over the place out here. That Irish shit.
They won't send it to Texas, apparently. I miss it. I actually like the Irish one because I like Irish cream. I just drink the shit out of Bailey's.
Yeah, Bailey's kind of ruined it for me, man, because I think I overdid Bailey's when I was younger. I don't hate it. It's just now I'm like, I can only do it a little bit at a time. It's just a little much.
I feel you. I mean, like, I need a good way of I need an alcoholic monster drink, and it's basically just Kahlua.
That's what I call this right here. Whenever I'm drinking, like on Friday nights, if not Jameson and Coke, I'll either do Jameson and this, or I'll do my Honey Jack in this, and I call it my liquid speedball. Because the alcohol kicks in, you go like this. And the energy drink kicks in, you go like this. And the alcohol kicks in, you go like this. And it's just like that all night long, dude. Now we'll fucking just roll through that shit.
See, I haven't tried it with one of those. I tried it with the regular energy drinks.
It's really sweet. You gotta remember, it's really sweet. Yeah. So if you don't like your liquor to be really sweet, this ain't the way to go with it.
Yeah, I usually like them to be a little salty. Like my liquor.
And that's why you use this salted caramel. Look, see? Salted.
I was making a different joke.
Oh, gross. At least you didn't say fishy. At least you didn't say fishy.
Nope, I didn't. You did twice.
Yep. No, I made it awkward. Sorry.
Hey, look, we're Sans
that was my rusty impersonation.
Look, we're Sans Canadians. We don't need any of that.
Somebody got to do that shit.
Yeah, I guess. All right. So welcome back to Now You Made It Awkward podcast number 45.
I feel like it should be so much more than that.
I mean, if we separated every single thing I've released, we'd be at like 80. But
that sounds about right.
But because most of those things are snippets of episodes instead of separate things.
Still count them.
Nah. So, well, that's also why I stopped doing that on the audio side. So the audio side only gets the numbered episodes now. Nice. And then of course YouTube gets the bonuses, and then Patreon will get anything extra. Not to mention the video context. Hello, patrons, if you can see us. Mostly just me. Stop flipping them off, Ricky. They're nice.
I don't know them. Fuck them.
That's not. Yeah, you do.
I set the bar so that they get used to this.
Technically.
Anything after this is just nicer. So
hey, technically, our only patron on this is Laura, and she's the one who buys all our merch. So we definitely don't.
Oh, well, hi, Miss Laura. I'm gonna flick you off. Plus, you got my mom's name, so you get a pass.
There you go.
But anybody who joins up after Miss Laura, right there, unless it's Christine, then hi, Christine.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Especially Sean.
Sean ain't gonna join the Patreon. Are you kidding me?
Especially Sean. It's funny as you send him the link to look at it. He's still like, I can't see it. I don't know when I look at the video. I'm like, dude, just scroll up.
Yeah.
Fucking idiot.
I need to find out if he ever got his mug.
He sent some kind of voice message in the group message just a minute ago.
Oh, did he? Well, I didn't know what it was about because he was talking
Me
about school lunches.
School lunches.
It's, so
school lunches. Mine was the hexagon pizzas, the Mexican pizzas, or the rectangular ones with the sausage pizzas. Like I would trade off everything on my tray for other people's pizzas and just have stacks of those motherfuckers.
So the problem is that Sean technically comes up with so many great podcast discussions.
He's just a piece of shit and doesn't come on.
But he's not in the podcast. He's in the thing. So technically, Sean has the official shit starter, technically, but unfortunately, we end up talking about the thing in the fucking chat instead of just
do that
making
on
a
purpose
podcast.
Just because I know it rages you out to see that shit. You're like, this would be a great conversation to have on a pod. So I immediately just start answering in the messenger.
Well, if it's like a top 5 question, then sure. But like an actual topic that would be worth a damn, like this one.
This would be a bonus one. Talk about school.
I mean, if we had more people on, yes, it would be great. Also, still looking to get.
Did you put the link in the group message so somebody could jump in if they're fucking coming? Or no?
No, I didn't want any jump ins.
Cool, we're doing a duo.
Yeah, we're just doing it like this, so it's fine.
I'm Batman.
If you can see his shirt, yes, he is Batman. Yep, there it is for everybody to see. Yellow Batman. It's fine. And
no, also, yellow outlines Batman.
The letters are yellow.
Outlined. It's white with yellow outlining.
Not for my eyes. It's not.
Well,
so
you need to stop taking them gummies, motherfucker.
No, I need to find the opportune time to take them. It's like, now that I know what it does to me if I try to go to sleep, I need to do.
You have to do a whole Patreon video, high as fuck, man. We got to come on here and do a top 5 like video game talk while you're fucked up or something. That would be awesome.
So what we need to do is we're gonna need to, on a day I'm off, because I'm not going to risk this on a day that I've
It's more that you're off the next day. That's the more important part.
Well, no, I mean, because if we record on a Monday, on a normal Monday, then I'd have plenty of time to take it before we record, and then I can be in full swing. Well, hopefully not complete full swing, but if I take it like an hour before we record, then we know that it's going to kick in within at least 30 minutes. So that would be
hour and a half. We've learned that hour and a half.
But here's the thing, though. I've actually sat here on podcast and I drank a Delta 8 sort of seltzer. So I mean that had Delta 8 in it, but clearly not to the same consistency.
Well, different intake capabilities too, because you're also pouring a liquid in your system that breaks down faster than a solid. So
yeah, but I mean, like the best thing I get there is like a mild head rush, buzz, because it's obviously different because it's non-alcoholic, but like it's an alternative for people who don't like alcohol, so that's the whole point of that drink.
And with gummies, it's like a what do they call that? Like a time release, because it's slowly dissolving, so you're absorbing it constantly while it's dissolving into your system. The liquid, as soon as it absorbs into your system, that's all of it.
Yeah, that's true as well. So
science. Look, Ricky only pretends to be stupid.
Yeah,
it's a secret Patreon. Don't fucking tell anybody.
It would be great if you would stop pretending.
No, it's more fun to pretend. People expect less from you.
Yeah, that's what happens with our government. They pretend to know what they're doing, and then everybody expects everything. So either way, let's just roll into our weeks so far. By the way, sorry, I always forget to do all the promos at the beginning now because we've been on time crunches, so I've been skipping promos. So
there's no this wee shit. You're the one that does all the opening.
I know, but that's why I always forget. Like the last couple times, I didn't do the promos at the beginning. So
it's gonna be real short. It's just me and you. Fuck the rest of them.
Yeah. Well, I'll at least represent Rusty because he's reliable. So either way, I'm
not here today.
You can follow me at all Shoky related things in the description down below, including the Patreon. Go sign up for the Patreon, please, because then you can see the unedited versions of these, with the exception of when we accidentally say really private things that we do need to bleep. So that does happen. So there's been at least one uncut episode that was not uncut. It was technically cut for privacy's sake.
It was lightly cut. It was more filleted than it was
Yeah, it was just sort of. It was just sort of just, it was a little.
It was julienne, not dice.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. It's still, you got the gist of it, but you didn't get all that. And then, of course, thanks to Rusty last week, I had to edit something out. Motherfucker.
Oh yeah, what do you do? Just type it in the thing. I'll read it. Not out loud. I'm saying I'll read it.
We were talking about his shipping woes.
Oh
yeah.
Okay.
Actually,
Yep.
I want to know if he ever got his coilovers. Now I'm going to wonder. So
Yeah,
either way, so Rusty Mechanic, you can go check out Rusty's stuff as well. He just broke 1,000, and he will definitely be announcing that I won something on his channel.
If I don't win, I'm
soon.
unsubscribing. If he thinks I'm kidding, watch. I will unsubscribe because I know that shit is rigged.
I will unsubscribe 3 of my channels. It'll be whichever one wins will be the one that stays subbed. Since I subscribed with 4 channels and commented with 4 channels. And of course, Ricky, you can follow his work at the Nerd Rage Radio Facebook, where he makes their promos, and then of course on Friday nights on the Realm Hatton Project on the Realm of Collector YouTube channel. I put the S in the wrong spot there, but that's fine.
9 p.m.
Did I not say 9 p.m.? Oh, I just said Friday nights. I said Friday nights.
And then sometimes that moves. Like we've had to move it a couple times because of scheduling and shit.
How dare you move shit?
9 o'clock usually, but we post in there and saying, hey, we're gonna be a little later. Hey, we're going early.
And on last Friday, Rusty did come on in the hangout.
Rusty's been on a couple of them.
Yeah, I can't because I'm streaming when you guys are.
So then don't stream when we are.
Can't. That's my
stream
big money.
On another day.
That's my big money making night. I can't be doing that.
Tell them to come in on a Saturday.
Saturdays are harder. That's when all the really big people do it. Maybe she might have.
Did you see my promo that dropped today? That shit had me cracking up. Dude,
I ain't had time. I ain't had time.
Dude, you should go look at it right now and wait. I want to see your reaction because it was fucking. Did you listen to? Yeah, not the newest one that just dropped. It's the previous.
I have not listened to last week, but that's okay.
Good. Then you definitely need to go watch the promo right now because that shit was funny as fuck, dude.
Hold on, let me go.
We're gonna have a live reaction.
All right, where is it? This one right here.
Nope, on the Nerd Rage.
Nope, that's. Sorry, it was pulling up whatever. It didn't pull up the most recent. Okay, 7 hours ago.
What's the big one they make? Sierra 1500. No, like a bigger. Is that a bigger one? Not that you need a Kodiak. What about? Is it Chevrolet? What's a big Chevrolet? A Silverado. I think it's GMC. GMC makes. They call their pickup Sierra. Not a pickup. Like an SUV. SUV, a Terrain. A Yukon. Yukon suck on these nuts. All right.
God damn.
You know, one of the main reasons I got glasses is so I could do this to you. Oh my God, that was good. And listen, you laid that trap out there, and I just did right in the middle of it. So somebody tried to get me.
Okay, so
like it's Joe's laugh. Like
Joe's laugh makes everything.
As I put it at the beginning, I'm like, it's super contagious, man. I don't usually watch them over. Like I watch them while I'm doing it, and then I have to hear it a bunch while I'm editing and cutting and all that kind of shit like that.
Yeah.
But that one, I think I've watched it post making it. I've probably watched it a dozen times just because his laugh is fucking pure gold in that shit, dude.
Yeah. No, whenever one of these people pops off a joke that isn't directed at Joe, his laughter is usually good. No, I didn't know where that joke was going, or Bobby was legitimately looking for an answer.
And that was the best part. Like he set it down, and that's the thing is he burnt the master, dude. It's like the student has become the master because usually it's Chris that gets everybody with those fucking things. But
I need to work on that in a minute.
You need to play catch up, motherfucker, man. If you ain't listened to last week, the new one's already out.
I know. Well, this happens sometimes. I'll double up and then I'll be back on track again. Because like I was listening to other stuff that was slightly more pertinent on Saturday, and then because I usually listen at work.
Nothing is more pertinent than Nerd Rage, sir.
Well, I was also having to deal with this show fairly often, where I had to figure out where our episodes were actually going to go. No, let's not fuck this show. Let's actually make this show happen. Which we do need to do another. Stop that. They can see you.
I know. I'm fucking this show.
Are you saying that your hand is the show? That's really
maybe the hand is me and this is the show. You don't fucking kink shame me, you piece of shit.
Nobody was kink shaming. I was asking a question.
Don't try to put me in some little hole. I'll be trying to peg me down, sir.
I'm gonna pigeonhole you.
Oh yeah, you will.
What is the origin of that term? That's what I want to know.
Pigeonhole?
So yeah.
literally like carrier pigeons. They used to put them like they had little clay walls full of fucking holes, and they would just stick them in the hole, and it was so tight it kept them from being able to expand their wings and take off. Etymology, dude. I love that shit.
Okay, so I'll look that up just to make sure later. But
You'll see.
I will.
And if I'm wrong, you can make another fucking short out of it.
I could do that too. Actually, real quick, I will read this one comment that we did have. We haven't had a lot of comments lately, but actually, I'll read the obnoxious comments too while I'm at it. Let me make sure there aren't any held for whatever reason. Nope. Okay, good.
That's weird because that day you said it didn't show mine, but then it showed mine like 3 days later.
Yeah, that's what I said. It was holding it back for whatever reason. So, all right. All right, so on the top 5 chick flicks, actually from 5 days ago, so I totally missed this one. John Tucker said, I have to assume ahead of time that John Tucker Must Die is a top 5. No, but, we can always make it get in there, John Tucker.
Maybe it was me.
I know, but I think the joke is that his name is
because his name is John Tucker. Yeah, I got it. His name was John Tucker. His name was John Tucker.
Yep, his name was Robert Paulson.
Yes.
All right, now I have a... for lack of better terms, a comment stalker who just comments "God bless" across all of my videos. It's getting a little annoying, if I'm honest.
No, they want God to bless you. Should just
and that's fine, but when you do it on like 17 videos, it's kind of annoying.
You're gonna be super blessed.
Well, at some point you've stopped blessing, and now you're negating previous blessings.
No money, no problems.
You said it too many times. Now it's actually negating the blessings. And then not the comments on shorts matter at all, but on the Just Wakanda Forever short, Jay Smooth said fact. Chip Snow said it was a terrible movie. Okay.
I don't know. Chip Snow is fuck his opinion too.
Yeah, and then some guy named Ricky Ticky Timber said, I don't see color, so it seems like a you problem that you noticed that and I didn't. I said, and then Now You Made It Awkward podcast replied, apparently you don't see words.
And then I
said, not when they're purposely made super duper small and meant to be overlooked. You're also way too late in coming here to try to talk shit now. I mean, I talk shit after it was visible. Well, like your comment, for whatever reason, YouTube said, we're not going to allow that one.
Yeah, we're gonna have to let a panel of people read this and see what they fucking think about it. Blah.
Yeah, I don't even know why I would. I think it's just because you had the word color in there. It's like, oh, we can't have that.
You can't say color.
Some stodgy white computer bot somewhere said that, and you couldn't say that. Yeah, because it's all bots. Like a human has to approve something, a bot has to negate it in the first place. Yeah,
that's probably what it was. They probably flagged it, and then a human had to approve it.
Yeah, but of course on my end, I see nothing until the comment finally arrives. Like there's a comment I believe Mike made back at somebody a long time ago. I'm
surprised all of Mike's shit doesn't get blocked out.
Yeah. By the way, still waiting on those links he said he would get us last episode.
Yeah, you want to keep waiting for that shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep waiting on that one. But either way, guys. So things that happened this week. Actually, something I didn't mention last week was when I finally got to work on my car. Did a tune-up on it. Discovered there was an enormous amount of sludge around my spark plug tubes.
Say your O-ring. There was sludge around your O-ring.
No, there weren't any sludges around my O-rings. So either way, I did a tune-up on it. It runs a lot better, but I actually bought all new seals for the valve cover to hopefully deal with the sludge problem in the future. Just haven't done that yet. Also did get new headlights for it. Just came in the other day, but I forgot to order new headlight gaskets as well. So
now you got to wait to put them in.
Well, I was going to wait anyways till I get the new fog lights, and I was going to wait till this week to order the fog lights, even though I have this weird problem. When I don't have money, I will spend all of it. When I have lots of money, I'm scared to spend a dime. It makes no sense. It's like right now I've got more money than I've had in the last few years at one time. And like, because I'm saving up for a trip, and since I have no idea what that was going to cost, I'm like, well, I'm putting a lot in savings, but my actual bank account is higher than it has ever steadily been in
where are y'all going?
10 years. Huh?
Where y'all going? Said you're going on a trip.
Potentially northeast.
The place I know?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You
Didn't
knew
know
that. You knew that we're going to do this.
I guess so. I don't know.
We talked about this a few weeks ago, and then
refer to the beginning part of this conversation where I talked about all the drugs I used to do, man. Look, I remember your name.
So you can remember totally random things, but a conversation we had about an important topic completely forgotten.
There it is.
Yeah. So yes, that place.
I just did all the math on mine, dude. I'm gonna spend like $2,000 for these trips.
Yeah, and we need to talk about that because I wanted to see what was going on.
I'm flying.
Yeah, we'll talk about that afterwards.
I got you.
Since I'll likely be seeing you there.
Yeah.
And the wifey just found out today that coincides with her boss being on vacation. So
she can't go.
No, that means that she doesn't have to be at work.
Oh, gotcha.
Her boss is getting married, so he's going to be gone for that exact time.
Oh, so they're shutting down while he's gone. Okay.
Well, the thing is, they have to move all the patients, but fuck it. Your boss is gone. Why not? You take off too.
All right. So she's going to go with you?
In theory. That was
I'm going solo because school year still, so she can't go. And we have a kid, so
we'll figure out the actual planning on that because I would like to figure something out since you're going to be there as well. So we'll talk more about that off camera, obviously. Because also
off the camera.
Well, shut up. Well, because you also having been there before, you
I know. Yeah, I got you. We'll go off camera. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
So either way, that's where I'm trying to make sure that the credit card is as empty as possible. So if anything big expense wise for that trip can go on the credit card, get points and all that nonsense, even though I'll have a good cushion in the savings account for it too. So, and then been selling all the stuff and selling the Gundam stuff. I forgot to mention that last week. Made several $100s really fast. Speaking of which, I need to find something for Sean, and I think it's actually in its proper box. So
you selling what's the guy's name? Seth?
No, because I talked to Seth last week on the Zoom call, and there's nothing I've got that he wants.
Gotcha.
Oh, well, actually, no, I need to hit him back because he might want my MG
whatever
Hazels. Well, because he really likes the Advance of Zeta kits, and they're
if it ain't lupus, I don't care.
Well, I appreciate it that you like a very specific autoimmune disease. In this case, I'm talking about Gundam.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So either way, so I do need to hit him up about that because he might want those master grades that I do have built. So I'll see about that. I had not considered that. I don't have any unbuilt kits anymore, but I do have built stuff. So either way, what else? Oh, I ordered a new extension cord kind of thing that I saw on Amazon yesterday. So normally, it comes with either a straight plug into the wall or they'll have like a 90-degree plug, but it's usually like kinked off to one side or the other. This is actually
flat. It's a flat circular one that just plugs straight in and the wire comes out the bottom.
There's that. The thing I just found, basically, it's got the prongs, but it looks the same as a normal outlet cover, like the actual whole dealie. You plug it in and the wire comes straight down the bottom like a skinny wire, and then it runs out to a like 8-foot long three plug setup. And because in here with the way the billies are, I had to find the the skinniest possible plug back in the day when I set all this up, because all my lighting that's back behind there, that's back behind here, I had to find the skinniest thing that we were talking about, the circular plug, and then it comes down. Like this thing is like basically flush mount, like a flush mount fucking plug. And I was like, I'm gonna get that because I already have to move these billies to.
Oh, so you change out the whole. You changing out the whole plug.
No, it plugs in. No, it's got the grounded. It's got the prongs and all that. It plugs in, but it's the exact dimensions of a normal 2-socket plug setup, but it's flat, and then the wires come out the bottom of it.
Nice.
Like so it can sit flat behind something. And I was like, that's fucking cool. Not to mention in here where it's really annoying to have stuff behind these billies, because I actually had to leave a little bit of space to make sure that thing had enough room. So now, since I have to move the billies anyways to wire up lighting, Which, by the way, I did order another Norfly light off of eBay because it's the only place you can get them now. Definitely paid a premium, but said fuck it. You know, it was $40 shipped, and it would normally be like 25 to 30 if you got it directly from IKEA. So it's not that big a deal. And that way I can light my last Skinny Billy that's over there with all my Demon Slayer statues. Also, I just got something in from Amazon that I'll be showing shortly on the Patreon. And I'm going to be doing kind of an upgrade to the displays as they are. Because, you know, with just the normal blank wooden shelves, they just kind of look bleh, you know, because I'm not doing full on dioramas for my statues. You know, they are dioramas in and of themselves, right? But as it sits, it just kind of looks like a dark wooden box and just
You do like flat paper backgrounds.
Thought about that, but in this case, this is actually, like I said, the video itself will be on the Patreon when I get there, but it's actually self-adhesive felt paper.
Okay.
The kind of stuff you use for jewelry box lining.
I got you.
So it's that black, like satiny finish. So I'm going to do all the shelves under the statues and possibly the backing with that shit, so that like inside the shelf,
super fancy.
Well, I'm going basically makeshift Moji case, because Moji case has that as an option. So
the felt liner.
Yeah, the felt lining. The thing is, like, it won't work for my Bestas because they're too fucking big for the roll I got. So I'll have to get like a really wide fucking roll, or really wide sheets.
Or turn it sideways and roll it out.
No, because in both dimensions it's too wide.
Oh, gotcha.
So
gotcha.
For the Billies, it's perfect because it's like, I think it's 18 by 150 feet. You know, 18 inches by 150 feet, so it'll fit any Billy shelf. So I could do probably all my Skinny Billies where I have them ready to go, which is what I want to do. The hard part is
you should get like the red carpet though, like do it in red, so it's something that the figures pop out off of instead of.
Well, I want it to look more like a thing sitting in a jewelry box, like it's the jewel in the jewelry box. The thing is, I haven't thought about is if I'll do the sides or not, because that would be difficult. Like starting from a built Billy. Like an unbuilt Billy, easy, because you just fucking roll the whole thing all at once, right? But
just go out and get a piece of like cream satin fabric and then just cut it and do it on the sides and leave like ruffles in it, so it looks like the jewelry box when you open it up.
Oh, like that, yeah. I don't know. I'll see if it works or not. Like, because it is self-adhesive, so that might be a pain in the ass, or it might be real easy. But I also have spray adhesive.
It's gonna be the first one. It's gonna be the first time it lays down somewhere you didn't want it to, you have to try to yank it up real fast.
Well, that's why you don't lay it down. You lay what you're sticking to it. Like you lay it flat, and then you just, you know. So I've already got that planned ahead. So basically, just I'm going to, you know, cut roughly enough that I need for the shelf, peel it, lay it face down, take my shelf, and just go. Pop!
But how are you gonna do that on the back though?
Huh?
How are you gonna do it on the back? You're gonna lay the whole Billy down?
Oh, in the backing, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like in the backing part, it'd be difficult. But they also sell it in sheets, so I could potentially buy it in sheets, cut it to the length I need, and then stick it in there at the shelf gap, like so I don't have to have it the whole way. But I don't know.
Well, if you're gonna be taking the shelves out to lay it down on the thing, you probably just while you have it like that, just lay the Billy down and run one piece back in there, stand it back up, and then do your shelves.
Actually, at that point. Because remember, the Billy backing is just a loose board in and of itself.
Cardboard. Yeah.
So the floppy particle board stuff. I got to see how well I have it nailed or screwed in place, because it could be that I could just take the backing off and just slide it back in, you know, because that would be easier than trying to cut the shit to fit and then insert it into the box. That's why I said it would be easy on an unbuilt Billy to do this. But that's why I want to do it to the shelves first, because that's easy enough. And since I haven't added the lights to this one yet, the shelves are easy to remove. So that'll be except for the one that is like dead center of the fucking Billy, which I'll have to just make do, I guess. Because otherwise I have to take the fucker apart. You know, we'll see what happens there. But because this Demon Slayer's setup, that's why I needed one more fucking light, because I had 7 lights, I need 8. So I was like, fuck. Okay, fine, I'll just go that far. Because the rest of it, even though I don't have all of the setup, I needed the lights, because everything else is the same from IKEA. They didn't change the remote switch system and all that kind of stuff. So so it'll just take, so like I said, I'm gonna have to pull the fucking shelves out anyways. So I've got that flat plug coming, I'll have all this done, so I can in the next week or so that whole new cave update will start. And then if I make it work really good for that one, then I'll do it to the other shelves that I've already got shit going, you know. So, but I think it'll be fun. That idea came to me. I was like, do they just have this shit in sheets? And they're like, oh, they have it in rolls. I was like, fuck yes. And I just got the, I could have got way more, but I just went for what is manageable, and luckily it got dropped off.
The starter kit. If you like it, then you get the bigger batch. If you don't, then you just out the little bit.
Yeah. And it's not like the really crappy looking like puppet felt. It's like the satiny, shiny
I got
stuff.
you.
But the other thing I thought about is the underside of the shelf, the one that's facing down. I thought about getting some mirrored like wrap so that like it helps reflect everything down at it. Because you wouldn't see that for the most part. Like if you're looking straight on, you almost wouldn't tell, but it would help with it lighting. I don't know. Might consider that. We'll see what happens. That's easy enough to.
But then you got to worry about that shit ever coming undone and falling down on your statues.
Wouldn't be that big.
That's the big negative. If a piece of glass falls down on your like a mirror, like
I'm not talking about glass. I'm talking about fucking film, like a mirror.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay. I got you.
like a mirrored wrap. Like
you want to go old school white trash and put some aluminum foil on the bottom of that shit.
Dude, I'll do that shit with aluminum tape and shine that fucker up. I don't care.
That's it.
Like actual real quote unquote duct tape, like duct sheets. I'll do it. I don't care. If it would look fine on the shelf, it'd look okay. So the only thing I've thought about, and this was even before you came on here earlier, because I was looking at the shelf. Do I wrap the entire edge of the shelf, or do I leave? Because I think leave the wooden edge so it matches, except for what you can see.
Yep.
So that'll be a fun project coming up. Other than that, I have a big box coming from BBTS. All the stuff I had sitting in my pile of loot, and I just said, "Fuck it, I want it all now." So that's transforming objects and more statues. But I'm still missing 2 Thundercat statues that haven't arrived. Hopefully sometime soon.
This is the good guy statues?
No, those are the bad guys. I'm just throwing it out.
I thought you finished the bad guys already.
No, I have all the good guys.
Okay, it was the other way around. Okay.
Yeah. So I've had Mum-Ra forever, but the mutants and everybody are the ones that are coming now. So, and then that leaves just the He-Man statue that will come eventually here in a couple months. And then that Besta is basically done. And it'll look cool. Hopefully, in theory.
Then you just need Silverhawk statues in there.
I definitely don't need that. I have no attachment to Silverhawks at all, unfortunately. So Thundercat
nerd. Fake nerd.
Now there was another the Ninja Turtle statues that was interesting. The Iron Studios Ninja Turtle stuff. No, it was more than tempting. Thank God they sold out before I got to them though. But they just showed off the Rocksteady and Bebop. I'm like, God damn it! I wish I'd gotten in on this line. I was like, I would sell off fucking Unicron and all this shit, and I'd put them over here.
Which Unicron? The Zeta, right?
That's Zeta. So speaking of which, I need to pre-order that motherfucker.
Yep. Cybertron.
Yeah, fucking Cybertron / Primus. Though it is cheaper from TF Source. I was looking at different places, and I was like, TF Source usually has these big bots cheaper, and sure enough, it was $40 cheaper than Chosen Prime. So that's probably where I'm gonna order mine. But either way, that's one of those things where it's like, I wish BBTS would buy these so I could just put in the fucking pre-order and just pay my little down payment and then worry about it later instead of fucking having to shell out $400 today, especially when I have car parts to buy. So that's the other thing is I'm trying to be responsible with my car parts. Like I need to do shit to my car. Like
you can't drive statues anywhere.
No, you can't. Not generally speaking. But that's the other thing. There's a statue I wanted to get was the Batman Animated Series statue. So I should probably just go ahead and put that one in.
Which one?
No, it's the one from Iron Studios.
Which one?
They only have the one of Batman.
I don't collect statues, so what the fuck does it look like?
It looks like him standing on the rooftop, like the fucking intro of the show.
Oh, for the light with the lightning and all that shit?
Yeah, but it doesn't have that. But yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. But like they just showed off their Harley and Joker. I don't need all of them, but I kind of feel like I need those 3.
Yeah.
It's like, because the base all sort of looks similar. So I think you could just kind of pair them all up, just to have that representation. But then I think about it, it's like, fuck, where would I put that? Like, because I was thinking about up on top, like, because I'm already going to do a rooftop display, so it would make sense to have Batman on a rooftop display. You know, Gargoyles would be there, and then have like Batman over there by himself.
Where
But
he belongs.
where he belongs on the rooftops. Get rid of all
By
these.
himself.
Get rid of all these fucking Gundams. Now, if they start doing like the comic book stuff, like the Batman White Knight comic book stuff, I'm in for the whole line. Done. Fucking done. It's like I want all of it because was it DC Collectibles, I believe it is.
DC Direct.
Whatever they call it now. Not
it's McFarlane.
Yeah, but I mean not Diamond. Like, so I'm saying like so they had the smaller, like they're like that big statues of the black and white stuff.
Yeah.
And they had the one of Batman from Batman the White Knight, and then they had a Joker from it as well. But they're so fucking hard to come by, and they're not big. Like they don't have enough presence in my mind.
Yeah, they're the little ones.
Yeah, because my Diamond Select, Dark Knights over here are significantly bigger. They're like damn near 1/6. They're probably close to probably 1/8 scale. No, they're pretty much
10 inches tall.
They're essentially 1/6 now that I look at it. Yeah, they're all essentially 1/6 scale. But like it's like I go from buying all these big motherfuckers to something that's like that big. It's like no. It's like it's like that's why I like Iron Studios when they're adding at least some type of diorama to make it matter. But hell, they're starting to play in the quarter scale game. I was like, God damn, man! Like, forget all the 1/10 art scale, and they started doing some smaller stuff too. I saw some 1/20th scale. What was it? It was something with a vehicle. I saw it the other day. I was going through their website. I was like, fuck, they're just going for it. They're like, license everything, make cool statues. It's fine. Then you get some Halo stuff, and then I'll start buying some like Master Chief statues, or give me a new statue of Noble Squad if I can get Noble Team.
You just need one Master Chief and an Arbiter.
Yeah, and I don't like the what is it? The Jada Toys or whatever it is, whatever that brand is.
Yeah,
because I have one. I have their first Master Chief, and it kind of sucks. Like I don't like the
statue.
No, it's a figure. Sorry, but like there's not that many statues of Master Chief. Like there's like.
Oh, you're talking about that one that just came out like last year or the year before? There's one you can find at Walmart.
Well, those figures like you can find at Target and Walmart and stuff like that. But like I've got the first Master Chief that came out of that one, and it's not that good, even though I decoed it slightly. But
I got one of them too, and it's not great.
Yeah, I've got the 1,000 Toys Halo 1 Master Chief, which is fucking cool.
I almost got into that, but they're so small for their price, man. God damn.
I mean, they're 1/12 scale.
Yeah. They're also like $120 fucking dollars. They better do a lot more and be 1/12 scale.
No, I mean with the detail and the fucking amount of accessories, it's up there with Mezco. I mean,
I've seen it with like stood by other figures, like 1/12 figures, and it's shorter. Like they're short.
I don't know. My Master Chief's roughly the same size as the Noble 6.
He's what, 6 inches tall?
Yeah. I mean, like
Master Chief needs to be taller than that. That's what I'm saying. Like
I know, but I'm saying
scale wise, they're like 8 foot tall. They're not 6 foot tall humans. You know what I mean? They're tall.
I know, but they make the line scale to itself without having to scale
which
to
other things. Fucking hate.
Well, actually, the funny thing is, if the Reach statue that I have, the one that the legendary statue, they're actually shorter than a 6-inch figure. So it's actually kind of funny that if I put that Master Chief in that display, he would be bigger than them. So it would actually work, even though most of them are. Only one of them was a Spartan 2. The rest of them are Spartan 3s or more. Hard to keep up with all the Spartan numbers.
Spartan 4. I think they were the Spartan 4s. Talking about the Noble team?
Yeah, no, they weren't Spartan 4s. Spartan 4s came way later.
Spartan 4s is like Locke and all them, right?
Yeah, those are Spartan 4s.
Okay.
Yeah, those are normal humans that are slightly upgraded after the fact. Not babies that were kidnapped and mutilated and experimented on.
All that talking just say to make better.
Well, I mean, they did some pretty horrendous shit to them.
They were made better.
Were they though? I mean, a lot of them kind of went nuts and started killing people.
Better.
I mean, we built superhumans to help corral normal humans.
Better.
Bigger, better, stronger, uncut.
Yep.
Well, they're definitely not uncut. They've definitely been cut.
God, a lot.
Yeah, I mean they only extended their skeletons because they are 8 feet tall,
Mhm.
not
I know
just
they're
because of the armor.
are they 8? I know they're over 7 foot. I know
They're like
fuck.
7.5, give or take. Yeah,
Yeah, I
they're
know
not
they're
8.
tall as fuck.
Yeah,
It's
because
like a
next to
6 foot tall human has to do like this to talk to him.
yeah, but that's what I loved about the like Halo 4, Halo 5 when you see him next to the Halo 4s or the Spartan 4s, and he's
Yep.
still more than a head
Towering
taller,
over him.
and he's
Yep.
like looking down at normal people who are looking up to the other Spartans, and it's like
I'm like, when I
what?
saw that, I'm like, I am Master Chief because that's how I view the world.
Sure, we'll just get you some Mjolnir armor.
Looking down to everybody.
Yeah, you're
Like,
more
how's
like
it going on down there?
you're more like George.
Of the jungle?
No, of
Curious?
team or Noble Team.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
the Nathan Fillion guy.
No, that was Buck.
No, George was the. Which one was George?
George was the big guy who had the
yes, like the heavy gunner.
yeah, because he was one of the early Spartans too, like Chief. Like so he was one of the few.
Have you ever met Pinkerton in real life?
No.
I have to look up to talk to Pinkerton. He's one of the few people. Like
I
don't have to do like this or nothing.
Yeah.
I don't have to do this or anything, but I have to I don't just look him right in the eye. Like I'm looking at his chin.
Yeah. So I think I'll just bring a really tall stool, like just
carry one around
sit and be like eye to eye.
You know who else is tall as fuck and it blew my mind? Jeremy B. Like on ETR.
Oh yeah.
Like it's hard to tell when you look at video like this because you have no real scale reference if you've never met them in person. So he popped in at the last one over there and he didn't tell anybody he was coming and he walked in the room and I was like, holy fuck, I could have sworn he was like 5'5", 5'10", average height kind of guy. No, he's like 6'1". I was like, holy shit. And he's a fucking beanpole. So he's just tall as fuck.
Must be nice to be both of those things.
Yeah, you're right.
Like skinny and tall.
Yeah, God's like you could be one of them, and I'm like, well, I'll take skinny. He's like, sorry, your wife's gonna be half a midget, so you get to be tall.
Yeah, well, at least Jessica makes me feel tall.
Yeah,
dude, especially if she's barefoot and I just have my flip flops on. I was like, you're short as fuck. Like I swear to God, I'm wearing like 3-inch lifts on my flip flops, and I'm not. It's just like, I even asked her the other day. I was like, "Are you getting shorter? Like this is fucking bullshit." I was like, "I can see the top of your head now. I'm not getting taller, so you must be getting shorter."
So you know how like you can like lay your head, like your chin on top of your wife's head?
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, assuming, well, like with Kara's so fucking short that I literally have to lean down to
you like have a pillow. You can like put a pillow. You're like.
Yeah, like I literally I'll walk up like sometimes just messing with her and I'll just like do like this like 90-degree chicken wing and just have my arms sitting on top of her head like act like I'm leaning on it.
Yeah, fucking A. Oh well, let's see here. Watching things. Oh, forgot watching things. Yes. So The Last of Us, the latest episode.
Oh my God, it was good.
It was a good episode. And the funny thing is like, and I know this is kind of how the game went, but when you translate these things to TV, we don't have any long-term villains. We have like literally villain of the week, and then we kill them and move on. It's like at least with The Walking Dead, like whenever you encountered like a really shitty settlement of assholes, that like became your season.
They sit around for the season, yeah.
Yeah, but that's the whole point of this story is that like. I mean,
because like in the game, you could have stayed there for a while, fucking around doing stuff. But
you might be there for hours.
You're not fucking around looking for shit. This one, they're like, just tell the story and get the fuck out.
Yeah, and they killed the horse,
and they killed Troy Baker.
Yeah, did you watch the bonus thing after the fact where he's
like, it looks so cool.
Yeah, like, and the funny thing is, they have killed every actor who came in from the game so far.
Nope.
I think. Who?
Nope. What was her name? Melinda, whatever. The chick that gave Ellie to Joel.
Well, she died.
No,
she was shot. She was shot and left for dead.
The other one, she was just shot. She wasn't left for dead.
Well, they didn't. Well, remember, like shit blew up after they left, so they were. Well, we haven't seen her on screen yet, Marlene.
Marlene.
So I don't know if Marlene ever comes back, but I literally don't know.
We don't know for a fact she's dead. Everybody else that's been in the game, we see them die.
Yeah, everyone else, like she was shot and she said, I probably don't have much time left, so you've got to take her. So in theory, Marlene probably died. We don't
I think
know.
it was more she didn't have time to heal and then take Ellie too.
Well, true, but also the fact that Fedra was coming down on their
Yeah.
fucking thing after the shootout that happened. So
Yeah.
I mean, like the Boston Fireflies were almost 100%.
It's implied that she did not make it.
Yeah, she didn't make it.
Troy Baker was not implied. That shit was blatant.
And the funny thing is, if Troy was just a little older, just a little bit older, he could have just played Joel.
Man, dude, get past it. Pedro Pascal's doing a great job as Joel.
He's doing a good job, but you literally
I love him in this episode.
But you still have Joel on screen, and he was purposely not doing the voice so that you wouldn't hear it.
Yeah, but he also doesn't look like Joel. Joel wasn't made the model after his facial features. It was his voice.
He has a much better beard than Pedro Pascal.
Oh, who fuck cares? Get over yourself, man. You fucking beard Nazi, man. Let it fucking ride. Who cares? Pascal's doing a great job.
Because that's like a whole big thing about Joel. He has like that thick ass.
It's not a whole big thing. He just happens to have a beard, just like Ellie just happens to have a top knot instead of a side knot. Fucking relax, dude.
They better fix her hair by the end of this season.
I don't give a shit about her hair, man. She's
Also,
doing a good job. But Joel in this one, dude.
Oh, he was great. Yeah.
Oh God,
well,
dude!
Well,
when she woke up and went on his rampage, I was like, "Oh, here we fucking go!"
Yeah,
this is what I've been waiting for.
That's kind of like you always hear somebody's done some terrible things, and they're this like badass, like
like,
John Wick.
40 years ago, he must have been a huge badass. No, he's still a badass. he just doesn't do it.
He's like
much.
on his deathbed, fucking badass.
Yeah,
like he gets up after this horrendous stab wound that she actually did a decent job stitching up, but
she did a bad job. She's lucky that penicillin worked the way it was supposed to, man. She was shooting it just straight into the fucking hole.
Yeah, I was like, because normally you just inject the thing into the wound.
She just like sticks it right in there.
Well, I mean, to be fair, like trying to fucking find, to be fair, you're in a dark ass basement trying to find a vein to get a proper injection, or just.
I just don't think she knew to go for a vein.
Or even just a fatty area or something. I don't even know.
Shoot him in the ass or the thigh would have probably been better than shooting it right into the fucking hole.
I think her thought was blood is there. We'll just whatever.
I think she thought the infection's there, the medicine needs to go there.
I mean, it technically worked, but like I love how they super like made him pale, like even after that, like just to make sure you still got blood.
You can see he was running on pure adrenaline. It was nothing but anger, rage, and worry making him get up and move around. That's what I'm saying. I fucking loved him, dude. Like he fucking killed it.
Dude, he's torturing that one dude in the chair, which I guess they were supposed.
He's like, "You're gonna tell me I'm gonna pop your kneecap off." I was like, "Yeah." And it took me, and I'm like, "What?" And then I rewound it back a little. He slid that blade right in behind his knee, like he really just went like this and popped his kneecap. I was like, "Oh."
And if I remember correctly, that's Brian's knife, the one that he got off the guy in Kansas City.
Probably.
I think it's that knife. So I was following it too. I was like, did he leave it behind? No, he actually has it at the end there. But
I love the second guy. He's like, I'm not gonna tell you shit, motherfucker. That's okay. I believed your friend.
Yeah, I love it.
Shit was badass, dude. I was like, whoa.
But hell, even Ellie was fucking getting in there. Like she fucking stabbed that one guy after killing Troy Baker with the fucking super hard
cleaver
to the fucking neck. Like after discovering the remnants, like I love how they were just kind of alluding. If I hadn't been told already that they were cannibals, like I wouldn't have put it together until that same moment too. Yeah. But like the whole weird thing of like, no, we're gonna bury your dad in the spring. It's fine. Shifty eyes.
Yeah, it's because we're fucking eating his ass.
It's like, yeah, and then literally whenever they bring in the meat later, it said it's venison. Like so that was supposed to.
She goes, "What is this supposed to be?" He said venison.
Like it's venison. But I like that they at least brought the horse back, so they could have had horse meat. But also like that they only kind of killed just a couple of the assholes, but the rest of the town is just left to live.
I'm waiting to see what the fallout is because we don't really see it. They just disappear into the snow.
I don't think there will be any. I think that was.
We didn't think there was going to be fallout from when they killed Homeboy a couple episodes ago, but that's what this whole episode was fallout of that.
Well, yeah, because it was the same group. But the thing is,
so was it the guy who snapped his neck, the one that stabbed him?
The guy who stabbed Joel, and then I forgot however they killed him.
Joel snapped his neck.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so that was the guy that they were.
That's the guy. Okay.
So they're in
that's
there.
What I thought it was. I just wasn't sure.
Yeah. So while looking for the Fireflies, they accidentally find these guys. which of course was fairly well reminiscent of from The Walking Dead, the whatever that town was in that series and with the cannibals. Which I believe that was far more fucked up than what was happening here. That was like an entire collection of fucked up people.
And they were very blatant about it in The Walking Dead.
Yeah, in The Walking Dead, yeah. And
this
then,
one they hit it. He said only a couple people knew the truth.
Yeah. I mean, it's just meat on a plate. Who knows? Be like, that's weird. This tastes like Jerry.
Yeah. And then I gross. Fucking Jerry, he doesn't mean that. We still love you, dude.
Not that Jerry. Different Jerry.
The one thing I noticed, like, I like little nuanced shit that if you don't really pay too close attention, but when you catch it, it's like it's really cool. Like the subtle shit. Like when they fed everybody, they gave them such a small fucking ration that literally as soon as their spoons went into the bowl, they were already hit it in the glass in the bottom. So from bite one, you hear clink, clink, clink. Like it's that. There's nothing. But then when homeboy sat down, he had like a fucking buffet platter of fucking food in front of him.
Yeah,
David. I was like, oh shit, dude. So I like shit like that. Like not really what you're supposed to be paying attention to, but shit you catch.
But no, that makes sense though. I mean, he's basically treating himself as their
god figure,
their town leader and their fucking preacher and their whatever. You know, even though it's not a town, it's a resort, apparently.
Very much David Koresh in that motherfucker.
Yeah. And the dude, when he fucking like tore into that girl after she was like crying about her dead dad.
Slapped the fuck out of her.
Yeah, in front of everybody. So like, okay, let's see where this is going. Now, given what he was attempting to do with Ellie, who did he try that with before?
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Like that's why I said David Koresh, because Koresh supposedly had that going on at his thing too, with all the little girls and shit over there.
Yeah, it was fucked up, but I mean that was the whole point of the character, is to be fucked up. On top of that, I did watch Creed 2 yesterday. Pretty good, not gonna lie, pretty good. The boxing action was pretty good, but what's funny is like you can just see the almost beat for beat stuff. So basically it was like Rocky 2 and Rocky 4 combined, you know, since you had the Ivan Drago connection, but then you also have the we're gonna get married and then we got a baby on the way, all that stuff kind of from Rocky 2.
Where did you say these were at again?
HBO.
Okay.
Yep. Because I literally finished watching The Last of Us and went to doop Creed 1, Creed 2. I was like, there we go. And it's been a while since I saw Creed 1, but like that one's pretty memorable. Like there's enough to go on, and they give you like a little catch me up real quick. But since I want to see Creed 3 with our boy Jonathan Masters in there looking super swole, I had to see Creed 2, because what I really want to know is how the fuck Victor Drago is involved in Creed 3. Like, I mean, obviously at the end of the movie, you know, nobody's dead, so you know
they're gonna be best friends. They're gonna have a running on a beach montage like Rocky and Apollo.
Part of me wonders if it's gonna be like that, where it's Drago loses to Jonathan Majors, and then you know they gotta team up.
That or maybe Drago's the guy that he beats to death Apollo Creed style.
Maybe, but at least they're not friends at the end of this one. They respect each other. But like, dude, they honestly, like with this movie, like not gonna spoil anything, because I mean,
I've already watched videos on it. That's why I wasn't surprised about
it. It's a boxing movie anyways, but like they go hard in making you feel bad for fucking Drago.
Yeah.
Like
I watched the whole thing on it. And
they lost everything after the Rocky fight. Like fame,
and like his mom was still like a bitch, and she got up and walked out on him again because he lost in this movie.
Yeah, he hadn't even lost yet. It wasn't over, and she fucking walked out because she's married to like the head of the Russian boxing thing now. Like she stayed with that douche nozzle, which may or may not be the same guy from the old one. I have no idea. It's the same woman though, so that's what's even funnier. But like, dude,
Brigitte Nielsen.
I don't remember, to be totally honest with you. Could be, but like
it's the one who did Red Sonja. Whoever was in Red Sonja, it's her.
Oh, is it? Okay, that would make sense, honestly. But dude, Dolph Lundgren, like he fucking can act. Like, you know, most of the time he's like this meathead type character or whatever, or he's like very robotic. You know, this dude, when she fucking walks in the first time, and it's like, so because the kid's been boxing his way around and earning more fame again, and then like they finally said, look, we're gonna put you in, we're gonna pay the big money and have you go up against the world champion, you know, with Creed, and we're gonna be this whole big thing. He's undefeated, you can beat the hell out of him, which you already did beat him, but he was disqualified. because he hit him after the bell. And so he's sitting at the big long table with all the hoity-toity super rich Russians. Drago, or Ivan Drago, is sitting there in like a worn out old ass suit. You can tell he's had the only thing he's got. Shit, his son is literally still in his fucking workout hoodie and gear, you know, his Under Armour stuff. He's not even dressed up for this fucking dinner. And like, I mean, it's like a fucking rich goddamn dinner. Everybody's in fucking 5-piece suits and fucking gold shit everywhere, you know, 4-course meal. And the wife walks in, and it's almost like Ivan knows that she's coming, because he like changes as soon as she walks in the room, and then he looks back as she's walking around, and then she goes and sits down next to the head guy. And dude, after that, you can tell they're both fucking broken. Like, this bitch who fucking walked out on us as soon as it was over, not like we were together for years and then eventually she left. No, as soon as he lost, she fucking left. And they already had the kid in that moment. They just never showed him as a little kid back then, I guess. So it's like they lost fucking everything, and he's raised this kid by himself because this cunt fucking left. And that's a proper term of that, proper use.
Man, you like that See You Next Tuesday a lot.
Dude, it applies to certain people. And even in this movie, like, she does it again. Like you said, she fucking walked out again when it looked like he was going to fucking lose. Like, and he's even kind of happy, like, oh hell, even my mom's here to watch me. You know, this woman who's never given me anything, but she's here to appreciate what I'm doing. And the funny thing is, like, they do the thing in there where the kid on the streets comes up from nothing to now becoming the champion, except that's Drago in this one.
Right.
And then you have Creed, who's at the top of everything, and at the beginning wins the championship, and then everything goes wrong due to the other fight. And so at the end, they kind of flip-flop places to where, like, Creed is like down here and Drago's up here. And like one's kind of riding high, and like he's got like all the high tech fucking stuff, almost like his dad did in fucking Rocky 4. And then it you know, Creed goes to go do all the hardcore training, which fuck all that, dude. Like the training
in the desert with Rocky.
Yeah, in the desert, dude. Some of the shit they had him doing, I was like, fuck off, I quit. Fuck you. But I'm not a boxer, so it's fine.
And Michael B. Jordan was fucking swole as fucking that shit too, dude.
Yeah, and they got him a little bit more swole. Like, he was bigger. He was literally bigger as Killmonger, but like he gets more cut in this. And dude, like some of those hits, because Victor Drago is fucking huge. Like he's got him by like 7 or 8 inches taller, and probably has 80 pounds on him. If I had to guess, probably more. The fact that they would let them, I mean, it's heavyweight, so I guess they got, you know, however much they go. But like when they do the weigh-in and they're like face to face, you know, it's like, holy fuck, like this dude is enormous compared. And it's like, good luck, man. He's like, he's got the reach and the fucking weight. It's like, and he can take a fucking punch, so good luck with, you know, whatever thing you do. But like, it was good. I mean, the first one's better, you know, because there's a bit more of a sob story with Rocky in there. But they let Rocky get his, but apparently in like he's completely gone now. Like, so for Creed 3, he's completely out. So
they'll probably have him, that cancer will come back in the third one.
I don't think it'll be I don't think it'll be the cancer. I think because they gave him a decent ending in this, so it's like he even sort of hands it off to him. He says like, it's all you now, kid. He's like, at this movie he already tried to leave, so it is what it is, but it's still good. You know,
they're gonna kill him off screen. They can't leave him alive if they're not gonna bring him back.
Yeah, they can. I mean, like, because at this point,
no, Hollywood can't.
Yeah,
it's Rocky. This is a Rocky spinoff. If he's not in the movie because of that contract argument bullshit, they're gonna kill him off screen because they don't want to ever have to worry about bringing him back again.
Yeah, well, I mean, apparently, if he didn't even get paid for this for worth of shit, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, he co-wrote it, so he did co-write this one at least. In the next one, I think it's like Stallone himself may have just said fuck it, you know. But
he was getting fucked like on the percentages or some shit. Like that.
I mean, that makes sense. It's just the way it got redone. And by the way, this is definitely a Ryan Coogler film. Just in watching it, the way it's cut, the fucking soundtrack, everything, it is a hardcore Coogler film. That's not a bad thing. I'm just pointing it out that it's like it's.
I don't even know who that is.
Ryan Coogler, the guy who did Black Panther. The other one, and stuff like that.
He did Creed also.
Yeah, so he just kind of stays with Michael B. Jordan.
I like him. He's a good actor, man. I would too. If I was a director, I'd be smart. I'd keep him too.
And he acts his ass off in this too. Like even through like a ton of makeup when he's fucking beat to shit. My biggest like no joke, it sounds funny. My biggest problem with this movie is in fact with Stallone, and it's that his fucking eyebrows are so dark, but like everything else is gray. He looks like one of those cholas that have their fucking eyebrows tattooed on. I was just like, I can't not see it. It's like, and because he does have really pronounced curved eyebrows, it's just like, dude, it's too fucking bold. Like even in the previous one, it wasn't that bad. This one was really bad.
Put some touch of gray in that shit.
Yeah. No, I thought one of the better scenes was actually where he comes into the restaurant and Drago's waiting to talk to him, and the first time they've seen each other since their fight, and like and at the same time the challenge is happening in the background on TV, because like they publicly challenged fucking Creed, but never went directly to them or anything like that. And then Drago,
so they Tommy gunned it.
So there's a little bit like that. But at that point, you know, he had just come off fucking winning the championship, so there's no reason he had to take another fight right then. And you're also talking about somebody who has no official record because he's just been fighting in whatever bullshit. You know, for them to allow somebody who hasn't even gone through the ranks technically to just jump straight to the championship is like. Now, if it was a non-title fight, sure, why not? You know, just because he's champ doesn't mean he has to put his title up. But no, that's what they fucking do. They put the title on the line for a fucking fight.
You gotta be weighted, you know, weight on it.
Yeah, but like they do some good emotional stuff in there, like with that
video that I watched. They said Victor was their favorite part of the movie. Like his story. Like
I'm telling you, he had the Rocky story. Like Creed got the Creed into the story. Victor is the new Rocky, because also because of the way he was raised by his dad, both being that fucking Russian savage, but also now knowing that he grew up with nothing because they lost everything. He grew up working the docks. He fucking been fighting on the streets forever. They make a whole analogy to a dog raised on the streets fighting for a meal versus a comfy dog who's left at home, you know. And then and the fact that like emotionally, like the final fight, you actually see the dad, why do I forget, Ivan. You see Ivan actually like come out of it a little bit, and you're just like, hold on, he's finally like he's dealt with all this shit, and now he's finally seeing his son as his son, not this other thing in this moment. So you're right, like that was actually a big part of it, was actually the character development on that side. Even though he has so few speaking lines, like I think Victor only has like 4 spoken lines in the entire movie. That's it. It's like fucking crazy. So like to continue the story on and not have it have to be immediately about Rocky is good, but that's why it's called Creed. It's supposed to be following him, you know, which is good. Fine, give the full send off. I mean, it's fine. He's kind of taught him everything he needs to know. You know, at this point, it's like the old series wasn't called Mickey, you know?
Yeah, but that's why I'm saying they'll freaking, I think they're going to kill him off screen because they're doing a lot of, not necessarily callbacks, but like member berries to the old movies.
Yeah.
And so you see Rocky spending a lot of time talking to Adrian's tombstone and all that shit.
Yeah.
And talking to Mickey's tombstone and all that kind of shit like that.
Yeah.
So they'll do the same thing. They'll kill him off screen. And that'll be Creed's thing now. He'll be talking to Rocky's tombstone.
Well, no, because Creed talks to his dad's tombstone.
See, and he'll be talking to Rocky too. Watch.
Well, but I think that's the thing. I think if they're going to do anything with Stallone at all, he'll be like at home, living life. Because actually, what happened in this thing is like because they had a falling out in the movie. Because of course,
and
gotta
have that third act conflict.
Well, hell, it wasn't even third; it was first act conflict. Because Rocky said, "No, if you fight him, I won't be in your corner." It's like I won't watch him. Basically, without saying,
he doesn't want to watch another Creed die.
He didn't want to watch another Creed die. He just didn't say it out loud. Had he said that out loud, but the thing is, at this point, you know, it was all ego, just like it was before. It's all fucking ego, just like his dad. His dad was all ego. That's why he took that fucking. Living in America. Yeah. So, like, but that's just the thing. It's like in the first movie, he's trying to come out from under his dad's shadow because he didn't grow up as a Creed. He grew up as a Johnson. So like it wasn't until that where first movie he earned his last name of Creed, last name.
And now he's living that Creed life.
Now he's living that Creed life, now trying to build up a new thing. But that's where it's also like, okay, if he's the new Rocky, now he has responsibilities. He's gonna have a wife. He's gonna have a kid. Now he's got to be the champion real early. Now he's gonna fight this shit, and then okay, now this other guy who just wants it more and has come up from nothing. And Rocky told him that. He's like flat out like,
drive.
Dude,
There's a difference from somebody who's starving will fight you over a crumb of bread. Somebody who's had sandwiches their whole life will let them take that crumb of bread from them.
Yeah. So basically, he kept saying, "Look, why are you taking this fight? What are you fighting for?" Yeah.
He says probably to revenge my dad or some bullshit. And
he did.
It's like I wanted just to be able to eat.
Yeah. And basically, is what it turned into. These guys killed my dad, and he's like, it's like, it's like, yeah, that sucks. But we're here now. It's like, and everybody along the way is literally like, you don't have to do this. He's like, yes, I do. And it's like, no, you fucking don't. It's like, you got nothing to prove to that guy. It's like, but you have responsibilities. And then I
heard Felicia Rashad is fucking amazing in this.
Dude, like, I don't know what they fucking put in her water, but like, she looks good again. Like, she was looking pretty like, and like not plastic surgery good again. Like
healthy.
Like fucking healthy. Like, I mean, like, yeah, she was in the first one because she's his mom. And like,
no, she's not.
Mom.
Okay.
Yeah, because he was illegitimate and she was actually Creed's wife. So either way, so she adopted him at this point, or at least early enough that they're mom and dad, or their mom and son basically at this point.
Gotcha. I got you. It's his mom figure.
Yeah, it's his all the mom he's got. Right. And Rocky, and the funny thing is, like, Rocky, he doesn't treat Rocky like a dad because he calls him Unc the whole time. That's his uncle. But either way, it's still really good. In general, like, I would probably watch it again. And like, the first fight is actually really funny because they drop a real quick thing where apparently, like, prior to the first fight in the movie with the championship fight, I guess he bet his Mustang to the other guy and lost. So the guy he's fighting has his dad's Mustang. And he's like, fuck you, give him my car. It's like when the fight is over, he doesn't realize he's won. He doesn't realize it's over and he won. He's like, give my fucking car. Where's my fucking keys? Like, and then they're like, hey, focus. And they're like, wait, what? It's like, so that's what Rocky meant later. It's like, what are you fighting for? Like, in that, it wasn't even necessarily about the fact that he was going up for the actual championship. It was about he was getting his dad's car back that he lost. So that's why. So when he does the next fight, he's got nothing to fight for. It's just ego. He has no goal. It's just, I'm going to beat this guy because I'm me and revenge, blah, 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 blah. And then, once he finally gets his head on straight and goes through the rebirth in the desert, he becomes Black Panther again, I guess. Or yeah, he did. He had some Killmonger moments. Like where you see that same kind of fucking crazy
intensity.
Yeah. He got that intensity a couple times, and I was like, oh fuck. I was like, okay, so
I watched a good movie with him not too long ago. It was a Tom Clancy movie. I think it was Without Remorse. That might have been one of the older ones with Affleck, but it was one of those type movies, and it was on Amazon. It was like a straight to Amazon movie. Man, it was really good. Like, he does a great job in that. And then there's another one that I want to see with him. I can't remember what it's called. It's like Letters to Sarah or some shit like that. It's where he's he's a Marine or something. He's in the military and he gets shipped off to Afghanistan while his wife's pregnant, girlfriend's pregnant, whatever. And of course he dies. But he wrote all these he wrote all these letters and stuff to his daughter before she was born. So it was like a whole movie of telling his story through these letters to his unborn child and shit. Like, it looks like it would rip your heart up some to watch it. So I really want to see that because that guy can act his ass off.
Because he was also in Friday Night Lights, wasn't he?
Was he in Friday Night Lights?
I think he was in the movie form.
I don't think I've ever seen the movie. I always get that one and Varsity Blues mixed up.
He was definitely not in Varsity Blues, but one of my coaches was.
Yeah.
One of our football coaches was in one scene of Varsity Blues. Like you flat out see him. But then he was only around for a little bit. Let me see here. I'm looking at his filmography.
I just remember him from The Wire when he was a kid.
Oh, yeah. Wait, he was in Space Jam?
The new one.
Oh, that's funny. He played himself.
Yeah, in the new one.
Okay. So, that's right. He was in Love, Death, and Robots. Yes, the new one. Without Remorse.
Without Remorse is the one I'm talking about. That's the Tom Clancy one.
Yeah, Just Mercy, Coach, Creed 2, Creed Rise to Glory. Oh yeah, I forgot there was Creed games on Sony. Fahrenheit 451. I didn't even know they did a movie on that.
They've done a couple movies on that. I watched one when I was a kid. It was like Rutger Hauer or somebody was in it. And that movie, have you ever read Fahrenheit 451?
No, we didn't have to read that one back in the day.
Do you know what that story's about?
Is that the one where they've like banned all books or something like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the dystopian future, and that's what Fahrenheit 451 is. It's the temperature it takes to burn books up.
Yeah.
And it's crazy is that book got banned in schools.
Yeah.
Even though it's a book about books being banned.
Yep. Well, so was Animal Farm, you know.
Yeah.
Red Tails. I actually want to see that one.
I want to see that one too. That's the George Lucas one about the Tuskegee Airmen. Yeah. Yep. I might have seen that one years ago.
I forgot he was on one episode of House where he played a deaf guy.
I don't remember that.
That was a good one. No, blind guy. Sorry, wrong one.
Wrong one. There was only two options. 50-50.
Well, no, because there was another one with deaf patient. No, he was blind. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to figure out what was the other one you were just.
The Wire.
No, the movie you were talking about where he.
It was the military. It's a recent movie.
I know.
It just came out it just came out like within last year.
I'm looking.
Letters to somebody, letters from somebody, something like that.
I got nothing.
Hold on. I might even be totally wrong about the letters part.
Journal for Jordan.
Yep.
That's it.
So it was journal, not letters.
Yeah, close enough. Yep, that's pretty much
that one. That one looks heart-wrenching. Like, I know I'm gonna cry like a little fucking baby watching that movie.
Yeah. What was the other thing I was just thinking? Watch the new Chris Rock special this morning.
I just watched the one clip where he was talking shit about Will Smith.
Dude, the whole thing is really fucking good. Like,
I heard it was
it was good. No, it was good. Like, there's a couple like there's some stuff in there where they have to talk about certain things because topical. But then he turns it around every fucking time. Like, Chris Rock is not Dave Chappelle, but he still has his moments. Like, like I've liked Rock's stand up in the past, but like I've watched not his last one, but the one before that, and it was just okay. This one was really fucking good. The entire thing, the entire setup for the Will Smith joke is through the whole thing. So like most of the last chunk of it is about the Will Smith slap or punch or whatever you want to call it, but he sets it up with one of the earliest jokes because he keeps doing callbacks because he talks about, I think, was it Kanye first? No, Snoop Dogg. He brings up Snoop Dogg and how Snoop Dogg is fucking just selling all kinds of shit like reverse mortgages and stuff like that. He's like, but I ain't talking shit because I don't need another rapper pissed off at me. And then he gets through it again, and then he starts talking about how women have the power of beauty. Like there's nothing in this world that a woman's beauty can't buy. And then he said, because look at it this way, Beyonce, she's so goddamn hot. Beyonce's fucking beautiful. If Beyonce was working at Burger King, she could still get Jay-Z. But if Jay-Z was working at Burger King, he ain't getting Beyonce. And he's like, but I ain't talking shit about Jay-Z because I don't need another rapper pissed off at me. So like
my favorite part just in the clip, man, he had me dying. Like I was dying.
Yeah.
When he's talking about why the fuck would I want to fight Will Smith? You ever seen us near each other or whatever? And he's like, Will Smith played Muhammad Ali in a movie. A boxer. Yeah. I played Pookie. A crackhead in New Jack City.
Yeah. When he said that shit.
Yeah, that shit was funny.
And he's like, even when we ain't playing people, I played a zebra, he played a shark.
Yeah.
Actually, he didn't. He played a fish, so that's unfair.
No, in Shark Tales?
No, he was not a shark tail, it was a fish tail.
Fishtail.
Yeah, it was like it was. There was a shark movie around that, but he was like just a smooth talking little fish.
Oh, that's right. He was the clean.
Yeah, he wasn't
was
the
fish in
shark.
the car wash. Yeah.
Now in another movie, maybe he did, and I don't recall. But
There's
that
probably
is
that.
funny. But that is funny if it was a misremembered thing in the first place. But no, I thought it was funny. I mean, I was as soon as the clip got shared, you shared it earlier. I'm like, never mind. I'm just gonna watch the whole fucking thing. I don't want to see the clip. I want to watch the whole thing because I'd already been hearing about the clapbacks at Will Smith in there. I was like, and I'm glad he took the time to actually write out a whole bit instead of just going straight at it.
Dude, and he went off.
He
dude,
did.
He went off on them, dude.
I mean, he went off
like, he's like, I sucked another man's dick. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, dude, that whole bit. Oh my god. Yeah, that whole part about Jada is so fucking rough.
Oh,
but the funny thing is, like, he starts out like when the special starts out, he starts in this bit about Lululemon, making sure like you go into a Lululemon store, they got a sign right there. It says, "We don't assign to any kind of disparaging, whether it's race or sex or any of this stuff." You know, it's like, and then he's like, "Okay, but you're selling yoga pants." $100 yoga pants. It's like, okay, well, apparently you don't hate racism, you hate poor people. And then he's like, I'll take some $20 yoga pants that are racist. It's like, I don't even care if they whistle the N-word when you walk. That's fucking great. The entire special is great. Like everybody wants to talk about just the Will Smith section. It's like the Lululemon.
That's what everybody's been waiting for.
Yeah, but like just that intro bit, I was laughing so fucking hard. I'm sitting here waiting on my coworker to show up, and I'm sure I look like an idiot because nobody else can hear what I'm watching. And I'm like, and of course the guy I'm waiting on is a big old black dude. I was like, dude, have you seen the new Chris Rock special? He's like, not yet. I was saving it for whenever I'm doing this longer work later. When I can afford to watch it, I'm like, dude, you gotta fucking watch it. It's like I'm 20 minutes in and it's fucking hilarious. And so we started talking about comedians because I haven't talked about it much. So Bert Kreischer's The Machine movie drops Memorial Day weekend. It looks fucking hilarious, like gonna fucking piss yourself hilarious. But he's also dropping a fucking new Netflix special that just advertised yesterday as well. We'll see how good that one is. Like he's nailed his last few specials, but he's like on a completely different kick now. So I don't know where it's gonna go with this one. But I'm looking forward to the Machine movie because it's gonna have fucking Luke Skywalker playing his dad. So Mark Hamill going in he's supposed to be playing this super serious form of Bert's dad, but then apparently he dives into the latter form of Bert's dad and starts getting high all the fucking time. And they're going on this Russian adventure 20 years after the Machine story took place. So I think it's going to be funny. Like the fact that he wrote an actual movie around one of his most ridiculous life experiences is great. If you haven't seen the actual stand-up The Machine, go watch that first and then go watch the trailers for the movie because then it makes sense. So either way, I think that's it. I don't think we've done anything else. And of course, I'm still waiting on shit to get here. I think my BBTS, what day is today? 7th? My BBTS box won't be here till fucking the 9th. That's going to be a big fuck off box, dude. I ship so much stuff. So either way. All right. So what you've been going on?
All mine's been the same. The only thing different was the boys had their first game of the season last night.
Oh yeah.
They lost by 1. It was rough. They came out the gates kicking ass. I mean, can't be upset at them because they did everything they were supposed to do. It's just in that last inning, they had one big mistake happen, and you see it a lot with kids. They shut down. From that point forward, they were bobbling the ball like it was Keystone Cops out there. First inning, they made 2. In the first 2 innings, they made 2. They made back-to-back double plays. First inning, second inning. Beautiful double plays. So
wait, you got your team.
Yeah, our team was.
Okay.
Like they came out. When
you said I wasn't sure.
Yeah. We were up 3-1 when we went into the last inning. We were kicking ass, and then they made that one mistake, and then from that point forward, it was over. Like they were running the bases at that point.
Damn, sound like 2019 Astros.
Yeah, it was rough to watch, and then it's hard afterwards because they were doing great. Like I'm not. Me and the other coaches were talking like you can't be mad at them because we were watching. We knew from practice that they were kind of not giving their 100%, but we can see that.
Yeah.
And we all told them the same thing last practice. We made it a competition. Like we had them like playing against themselves, like at the last practice last week.
Yeah.
And dude, they were shining. And we all thought, and we said it afterwards. We're like, look, you guys obviously have the competition bug. You guys open up and light up and actually start playing baseball when there's stakes when there's stakes in it.
Of course.
And so we told them before the game, hey, we want to see you do it again. And man, let me tell you, they did it, man. They were hitting the ball, catching the ball, throwing the ball, making plays, reading the balls, paying close attention. They weren't getting on first and then just hanging out. They were immediately thinking, now, how do I get to second? Like you could physically see them playing baseball. And then that last inning hit and they fucked up and you just saw it, like their shoulders went down, their heads went down. They're all just standing there with their arms up, their hands on their hips.
All the steam just gone.
Yeah, it was like immediately. It wasn't even like a slow leak, like a crock pot. It's like somebody just popped a fucking balloon. And I told him afterwards. So we have our get together in the outfield afterwards. I'm like, look, you guys are your worst opponent. Those guys did not beat you. You beat you. Every single one of y'all that sat out there and gave up, you beat you.
Yeah.
Not them. They weren't that good. I said, y'all had them whooped. Y'all gave up on yourselves. There's nothing. We can coach you all day long. We can show you all the little tricks. We can teach you how to be in motion to the play. We can teach you how to move into the catch instead of standing there waiting for the ball to get to you. So that way, when you pick that ball up, you're already heading in the direction that the ball needs to go. We can teach you all that fluidity stuff and teach you constant motion. We can teach you all these things, and you guys can get out there and do it. But the minute you give up and go, we can't beat them, there's nothing we can do about that. There's zero. We can do for that. So hopefully next game is Thursday, get that out of their heads. And I talked about it with the other coach, Bobby, because it's pretty much the same team as we had last season. We have a couple new people. And I told him, I was like, it's happened last season too. Like the first couple games, they kind of struggled. They were kicking their own asses. I said, but then all of a sudden it clicked what they were doing and they just went and we won the championship. So we have the ability to do it. So we'll see.
Ironically, it's much like the story of Creed. Fucking literally his worst opponent's the one in his head.
That's in any sports. That's actively what it is. Even in single player sports, like in golf, you can blame the wind, you can blame the grass, you can blame the people talking around you. But at the end of the day, you're kicking your own ass. You misread that shot. You got in your own head and thought you couldn't do it. Yeah. So
unless you're Tiger Woods' dad, then it's definitely Tiger's fault.
Well, no, it's the porn star's fault. She did it.
No, I mean she didn't just grab Tiger and
Yeah, she did. There's video. She grabbed him by his tail.
Look,
you mighty Mo.
Look, be it as it may, Tiger was slinging it.
No.
And I can't
fault him. I'm not
even
getting into that conversation.
I probably would too. Not gonna lie. If I became like the biggest sports star on the planet, and
if you were married, you'd still do that.
Well, that was his fault for getting married in the first place. If he knew he was going to be like that,
that's the difference. That's the difference.
That's what I'm getting at. Is like
unless you entered into that marriage with your wife with the understanding that hey, I'm going to be doing this, and you got to be okay with it.
Yeah, which is stupid too, because his wife was hot too. It's not like he like left some like mediocre
hot wife or not hot wife.
No, but what I'm getting at is
bitches out here throwing ass at you. It's hard to say no.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, it's like. If you got the supermodel at home, you don't go out looking for mediocres.
But he wasn't. He had supermodels at home going out and nailing supermodels. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he wasn't.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it's fucked up.
He wasn't leaving steak at home going out for hamburger. He was leaving steak at home going out for steak.
I'm sure there was plenty of hamburger.
Oh man, light turns off.
But it's just like I mean, like just random topic. But yeah, it's just like, I mean, I wouldn't. But like, if I was in Tiger Woods' situation, I probably also wouldn't have been married.
Right.
Like, because
get that shit out of your system young, and then if you're gonna get married, like I said, if you don't have that agreement set up ahead of time, not mess around, man.
He was definitely not in the settle down mindset in any way, shape, or form.
And then she 1000% was.
Yeah, that's a shame too. I mean, like, I guess she got millions. So I guess, yeah, is what it is. Move on with a better life with a whole lot of money.
So that's it. That's the only difference. And I'm waiting for stuff to get here. I haven't gotten any packages in since last week. I got some stuff on the way. I'm super excited about one that I got coming from BBTS because it will be, I still haven't seen any in hands of people that I know. So I might be the first person with this in hand. It's saying Friday, but it also says it's already in Orlando. So it could be today or tomorrow before I get it. So,
yeah, pending. Well, because usually, like, if something hits Houston proper, I'm usually going to get it the next day. But every now and then, it'll take 2 days.
Yeah.
Like, for no reason, it takes 2 days. Or, like, it'll hit, or it goes to, when it hits a different center nearby. And I'm like, that's when I like, the fuck happened there? And it's just like, it's supposed to go to this hub. Why did it go to that hub? And then it ends up on the other side of the country, like Rusty's coilovers. That's
funny as shit, though.
Thanks, FedEx. So I hope he got him by now. We haven't really got to talk to Rusty much because we've all been really busy.
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Well, speaking
of God of War, lots of God of War.
Yeah. So I'm still waiting for you to finish it so we can do the final.
I'm still not finishing it. I'm still running around doing everything else besides. But like I told you earlier, like
you're running out of stuff. Trust me.
Yeah, like I'm just running around cleaning up everything that I can, and then you said some of that stuff that I was telling you, it still shows undiscovered. Yeah, is you can't find it because I'm doing it without any tutorials or guides or anything. So I spend a lot of time like having to backtrack and run around big ass areas looking for stuff. Because I'm like, oh, I needed to get this, and it's saying there's one over here somewhere, and sometimes they're tucked away and they're a pain in the dick to find. So
what I'll tell you now is like at the level you're at now, the final battle is going to be easy, just because you're leveled up so high. Because it was easy for me, even I wasn't nearly as high level as you are at the moment, but the only thing that's going to matter is what level you're at whenever you take on the final 2 bosses after the game is over, and which one you do first.
Well, at this point, that I can't get much higher than I am. I literally have
but it's not about level.
It's one weapon, and I have to level up that. Yeah. My guy, I think when the weapon goes up, my level will go. And I don't like the edit appearance. I'm glad you brought about the level up thing. Yeah. I thought I was going to get to choose the stuff that I wanted to look like. It's not. It just gives you a secondary option. It's like a secondary color.
So that's it. So only a few of them have secondary colors, but some of the colors are nicer.
Like because I did the Ravens tiers one.
Yeah, but you can change to white and gold.
No.
The other blue.
There's light blue and then there's like this almost black blue with like gold trimming.
I like that one probably better.
That's the one I have on is the dark one because I didn't like the light blue except for the loincloth part. It looked like tattered cloth. I didn't like that shit.
They all do. Like some of them look more armory, but a lot of them are just like a tattered loincloth with some stuff on it. Have you done the trolls yet?
Oh, I did all those a long time ago. As soon as I got that mythical heirloom, I did those.
Okay, so you did all.
Dude, that dragon on that island. Dude, I smoked that motherfucker. Like I think he flew on me twice. I smoked his ass.
That one wasn't that hard by the time I got there.
Once you fight those dragons in that one area, I learned real quick. Like, because you can wait for them to fuck off up there doing all their blow and fire or ice, whichever one you happen to be on at that time. And then eventually they'll shoot down and land. You can start fucking them up. But I found out really early, you can throw a spear at them while they're fucking flying and they'll drop instantly, dude.
Yeah.
So I mean, I was
everything.
Dude, fuck that shit.
Everything that goes up can come down, so don't worry about that. But the hardest one I actually dealt with was the one on the rooftop in the jungle, because that was the last one I had to find. That one was a pain in the ass because he could fly so far away.
But and you had a really small area. You had
small area,
Because that's one thing I figured out on this island one, the statue one. Yeah, is there's that bridge that you have to go up there to go to that back area. So when he would take off and fly and swoop down and start spraying his fire or ice, whichever one he was blowing at the time, I would just back under the bridge and the bridge would block it as he went over the top of me. Yeah. So it never fucking touched me.
So wait, you did all the trolls, but you're not rocking the Steinborn armor.
Nope. I'm one of those, because remember, I'm not an RPG type guy.
No, but I'm saying, but like it does matter.
I take one and I max that bitch out. And then I can go back and
well,
like I'm pretty sure I can max out every other piece of armor I have just because I have all the fucking shit to do it. I just haven't taken time to do it.
So the thing is like unlike other games, the armor does matter as to what
this armor is good. This one has the healing mist and all that stuff, and it constantly regenerates and stuff. So I'm okay with it.
Yeah, but the Steinborn armor gives you like beyond perfect defense. Like so that it gives you significant, it gives you more attack and gives you beyond perfect defense as standard, plus a couple extra weird abilities, and it looks pretty cool. But like the thing is like the different armors do different things. It's not just cool
I know
looking,
and you can also mix them. You can also mix and match them.
Yeah, which is actually what the game wants you to do, because like I told you, if you mix the dragon armor with the Steinborn armor with the Raven's Tears armor, you've got heavy defense, heavy runic attack, and extra healing for other things. You don't get a healing miss, but you get the extra boost if you get
the stones.
When you get stones. And if you combine that with some of the other stuff, like like I told you before, if you mix your talismans, like get all 9 talismans, and you can get the 9 realms buff, which is actually pretty good. Or you add all the other ones like the Bifrost Storm and stuff like that, which is kind of fun. But the hard part with that is like if you should have that one, if you should have almost every talisman by now.
Probably.
But
I think I have them all.
Yeah, so
I have a ton of them. I know that.
There's at least 2 at the end that you
probably I haven't got.
You can't get till it's over. But
the last main story beat I did was, I believe, was Surtur. Like I beat Surtur and then the 2 Valkyries.
Yeah, well, you didn't beat Surtur. You don't fight Surtur.
Well, that level.
Talk to him. Yeah. Okay. So
he sends you back to fight in that arena. So technically, you fight that motherfucker. He's just a puppet master.
Yeah. So those 2 Valkyries are fucking nothing comparatively. But that's what I was telling you about. There's 2 Valkyries in the game, because I was forgetting the fact that you fought Freya early on in her Valkyrie form, but I didn't consider that anyways. But then yeah, so basically from here, like there's almost nothing left to do other than side stuff, because it's just going to go straight into the final story after this. But then you, like I said, like sometimes just having the right armor matters in certain battles. Like especially
I got see, that's the thing, is it does matter, but if you build it and adjust your gameplay to match with what you have on, it doesn't matter. You just max them out. Like that's like right now, like I get like a new runic attack or something and I want to try it out, and I look at it and its damage is still good enough or stun's still good enough to match what I'm getting rid of or something, just to try it out.
Yeah,
it'll fuck me up, dude. Going into the next couple fights, I'll get my ass kicked because I'm not I have a little pattern that I'm working through. And it doesn't work the same as all the other shit.
Yeah, but also no amount of patterning will add extra 200 points to your attack. So it's like that's the one thing about it's like you can only do so much, even if your weapons at max with that basic, like even your original armor, like the original.
That's actually supposed to be one of the best armors in the game.
The irony is if you have the original just survival armor, not even armor, and you boost that shit all the way up to level 9. It is actually pretty fucking all around decent. Like it is like the best all around armor.
Yeah, it's like a mid ground. It's all it's not all attack or all defense. It's kind of just some of everything.
So slight spoiler, going into the final thing, they'll give you a new armor that basically looks like your regular armor, just so that everybody is basically shown on the same team. Everyone gets the same color armor going into the final battle. And I fucking forgot about it and just rocked the armor I had. So it's like, no, I didn't get wasted. It's just like, because I already had a really good setup. So I was just like, fuck it. I'll just go with this. I didn't even realize I had it. Like I realized, oh wait, she's got that and he's got the, why didn't I? And then like after it's all over, I realized I fucking had it. I'm like, damn it. I was like, oh well. I mean, it's cool. It has an interesting buff. Mostly the thing is that armor mostly focuses on Spartan Rage. And it actually will shorten your meter but give you better outcome. Like so you have less of it, but it's more potent while you have it, and it goes away less. But it's not as it's a really good looking armor, because like they just take his basic shit, but it's like not as cool as some of the other ones. Like the full-on dragon armor is actually one of the cooler looking ones. And there's some that are fucking ridiculous, but like I don't even remember what I'm rocking right now. Oh, I'm rocking the guiding light one, because it's supposed to like really boost your luck. And I'm trying to get, so where I'm at right now. Oh, by the way, I finally looked at my updated hours into the game. 82 fucking hours into the
And my
game.
hours are gonna be ridiculous because not using guides and stuff, you're running around. Like I spent an hour in Vanaheim, like in one little area, just running back and forth until I accidentally saw one of Odin's eagles, and I was like, "Oh, okay, there he is, little motherfucker."
So I mean, I found all the ravens, the last like 5 ravens. I found them all with the playthrough. But did you? I'm assuming you got all the realm tears.
I believe I got all those.
Well, you would know if you did.
And the hell tears. No, I might have. I think I might have like 1 or 2 more left.
There's only 6. There's only 6, so you would know.
Those are things that I'm doing as I come across them. Like I'm not actively looking for those.
So you do get something for it when you get it, but it's not as big. Have you fought all of the? I forgot what his name is. There's a fucking Draugr that comes out of the ground, like you find the random fucking
spot. The hell Draugrs.
That one.
I got all those.
But you always fight the same one. Like he's like, but I mean, so that last battle that I had with him was a fucking pain in the ass.
That last one I had with him was dude. I smoked him in like 2 seconds. Yeah. The one that I first fought him over by one of the first times I fought him by the lakes of 9 or 9 lakes. Whatever the fuck it's called. That one in that snowy area. That motherfucker whooped my ass coming and going. And this is back before you told me about the purple bar versus green bar and all that shit.
Yeah.
Like he whooped my ass coming and fucking going. Yeah. And this last one I walked in there, dude, I hit him with fucking Atreus's wolf thing. Yeah. And kept his stun arrows on, the sonic ones.
Yeah.
And fucking I unleashed 2 runic attacks and then went into fucking rage mode and he was done. He didn't have a chance to do shit, dude. I had him back in that little corner of the wooded area there and just fucked it. That was the last one I did, was the one in Vanaheim, I think.
Yeah, that one's So that one actually I actually had to draw him out. Like so in that one I actually got up there, killed the other Draugrs as fast as possible, and I drew him out on the bridge where he couldn't go anywhere. And then I was just walking him back and forth because like he was still kicking my ass then, because I was just I was in the wrong level at that point. And then like randomly it'd spawn another one. I'm like, God damn it. And so it'd be like focusing on him and then get nailed from behind with like a fireball that I couldn't see coming. But and I think I didn't have Atreus with me. I had Freya with me. Hella wrong game.
So you fought him early in the game then.
Well, I found the first one fairly early, but it's just like repeat, like because you fight it like fucking 4 or 5. You fight him in every realm essentially.
Yeah.
With the exception of Jotunheim. So,
dude, I found out. Did you know you could piss off the squirrel?
Oh,
have you done that?
Of course.
Like he's throwing the axe over and over at that fucking thing.
Yep.
Yeah. I like Kara was sitting out there with me, and she's like, "Oh, look, the squirrel," and I'm like, "Yeah, he talks to you." She's like, "Really?" And I threw the thing at him. He started talking to me. She goes, "What else does he say?" I was like, "I don't know." I threw it at it. And he didn't say nothing. I was like, "I guess nothing."
3 more times, and he started talking back. Yeah.
Well, I just started. I kept doing it over and over, and finally, he was like, he like loses his shit. Yeah. He like yells and screams at you for hitting the thing.
But he's like, he's being so cordial at first. He's like,
"You're not gonna make me get angry."
Yeah. No, what I love it is like, yeah, that's not unpainful. It's like the sound is not unpainful. Yeah. The shit. What actually was really funny is because I don't tend to go back to Sindri's house much right now because I'm doing other things. But I went back yesterday just for the shits and giggles of it, and I fucking hit the chimes because it'd been a while, and I actually got a new dialogue. I was like, oh, I didn't.
He comes out tells you the dragons are growing or whatever.
There's something else about them. I don't remember what he said, but
and then I noticed too that the bitter or annoying squirrel, whatever the red one is, he'll actually tell you when he's done talking. He'll be like, "Yep, we're done. You can fuck off now." I'm like, "Oh, words. That's cool."
Yeah. Bitter's a fucking dickhead. But then that's the whole point, is he's a dickhead. So, but then what was the other new dialogue I got? Oh, I realized I had missed a character that was on back in Midgard. So I found a video on that. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go find that character now. Got that last little bit of dialogue because I'm like I told you before. I was like, I'm at the point that characters don't talk to each other. Like there's no small talk.
I think I'm tapped out on that too. Every once in a while, Amir and Atreus will start saying something, but it doesn't last as long as it did. And most of the time, nobody's talking. It's just movement.
There will be more after it's all over, like because there's new situations after the fact. But you're probably right. Where like travel conversations done. But then what was the other thing? Oh, so right now I'm trying to find I need one beast bone, like crafting thing, to
I
find
got
it
the
to
beast
level up. Shut up. To level up Freya's final attack, like
You
whatever.
gotta go find those big frog guys that blow fucking
No,
poison clouds out.
it's not even those. Like you can get them from any large beast, like whether it's a
Mhm.
wolver, whether it's the fucking lion, bull, dragon thing.
Mhm.
You can get it from any of them, and I can't. That's why it's really God. I
Why
got
not?
one. I got one cluster. I keep getting scraps, but like the thing is
Are
like
you doing it at the Muspelheim thing where you can keep redoing the fight over and over?
I'm doing it everywhere. I'm even doing it in the Outworld. So like
There's one in Muspelheim.
I'm
It's
aware.
I think the one in the right. It's the one where you're supposed to keep down all the other guys
Yep.
until you kill the elite.
I'm more than aware.
Okay.
The problem is with the challenges, they don't give you anything but beast scraps. I've done it. So the last time I got it, and it said literally farm. I found a video and it says farming for beast bone, and I know I shut up. And so there's a spot in Vanaheim over by the falls, you know, where you go do this stuff for Freya. And there's a wolver and a couple of those little fucking like dog dragony things that like spit poison, and those are supposed to just kind of infinitely respawn. Like you're supposed to just back out, like get back in the boat and go right back. Mine won't do that. I have to go do other shit for like an hour and a half, and then I can come back. And like that was the last time I got one, and it was from the wolver. And so I've got 4 out of 5. I need just one tick more, and then I can get that. And I have been going back and forth to every beast that I can still access, and I can't fucking get it. And
a lot of the stuff I have is like weird stuff left. It's like I have 0 of 10 of like heavenly rock shiny starstones or whatever the fuck they're called.
You get those
0 of them.
You get
I've
that
never
shit from
seen them.
It comes from the wishing well.
No.
So.
I've got the. I'm just making up a name. I don't.
Usually some of the weird shit comes out of the wishing well.
No.
Then once you start upgrading everything. So the other thing is I need can't get the last 15 Dust of Realm because it doesn't exist in the game. They actually fucked up on that. Like they didn't give you enough. So I literally cannot upgrade my final shield rond on my fucking shields. And then the other thing I found out, I've been having to basically XP farm. That's what I spent doing hours yesterday, was XP farming in Muspelheim because I didn't finish all of my damn upgrades to my runic attacks.
Really?
Yeah, and the last ones are like 10,500, and the other one's 12,500.
Right. So I got so much money in XP right now. It's because I've done all the skill trees and shit. So
dude, just start. If you just start upgrading everything, you'll be amazed how fast that XP goes away. Yeah. When I did all the armor sets, and that's when I got the last few things that I needed to upgrade all my armor, and like the last thing I can't upgrade. There's a what was it? No, okay, I've got all the weapons upgraded as far as I can. It's just the runic attacks that I have to upgrade. So that's one reason I said the other day when I messaged you, I was like, these fucking exclamation marks won't go away because I literally still have to do these things. And yeah, doing all the skill trees, like it's one thing to unlock the skill tree itself, but now you can do the mastering of the skill, which is also
that's easy. I did a couple of them already at where the Ravens are, that little trial thing there. You can just do one move over and over until it matches up.
Yeah, I know. I've done it, but also to get that, you have to spend XP.
Yeah, you got to spend 1,000 XP.
If I needed that, like I did it, I was like, oh, son of a bitch. It's like I'm sitting here trying to gain XP to go do this other thing, and I wasted doing that. All right, let's do a quick thing before not very quick, but wrap this up real quick. I did want to talk about the TF source thing that just happened.
We need to find. I saw pictures of it. We need to find those pictures.
Yeah, I'm not too interested in the product. Well, I mean, I am on a personal level because it's weird, but like, so TF Source, it's an online retailer of transformers, both mainline and third party and other, and they don't even will do not really any KO stuff, but I think occasionally
they do KOs. Yeah, but I mean, fourth party.
Yeah, but it's not like prolific. It's not like certain other websites, but they're pretty big in the game. And so they put out a press release. I think it was yesterday. At least that's when I saw it was yesterday, and it was basically addressing the fact that they were selling or at pre-orders at least down. I'm saying, but it was up. Like people did actually manage this. apparently somebody at some point developed a
trench coat.
A trench coat of a World War II faction, just to be somewhat PC. I'm just trying to be as PC as possible here.
Well, you can say it it is what it is. We're not saying anything bad. It had a
I know. I'm just
symbol on it.
Yeah, it had a swastika. It had the, and I think it had the proper Nazi.
There's no such thing as a
no.
Proper,
I mean, no. But I mean, for
it faced
them,
the correct direction. Yeah,
and you know what I mean. You know, I'm saying
the original design was supposed to be an iron cross, but the doofus made it a swastika instead, and it got yanked.
Yeah. So that was one part of it. And it was oddly enough designed for Soundwave. I don't even understand.
No, not designed for Soundwave. It was designed for one of the Combaticons. I think it was a combiner part.
Was it? Okay. Because everybody I saw,
there was nothing wrong with the design. It was just designed by the same guy. So they're saying since he's a racist, we're pulling all his shit down.
Okay, so that was the other thing, is like, because the other item that was also pulled was, I guess, a little action base or something for some of the smaller figures that was somehow racist in its design, and I'm not sure what that was.
It wasn't racist. They're saying the designer was racist.
Well, I know, but I think they were saying that whatever that, or it had something on it. There was something about it itself, because
I didn't see the third thing. I just saw the trench coat and the combiner leg thing.
Okay, so this is where I'm saying, like, because I saw a bunch of stuff there. I went through Twitter, I went through Facebook, and everything else like that, looking at the posts about it, and some people were saying that yes, that designer has been labeled as racist for whatever. And then there's some other people who were speaking up, is that, I don't know if it was that person or someone else, that said, it's like, okay, I use this particular Chinese phrase in my design because I'm Chinese. It's like, I know that's offensive to other people because of how it sounds, because apparently it is a Chinese word that sounds like the N word.
Oh, that's a name. I was going to say, I actually had a boss. That was his Chinese birth name, was Niger. Lick Lei.
Yeah.
So that was his actual birth name, and it's just like, it's a generic name. It's like being called Joe Bob or something.
Yeah. It's not. I mean, obviously for them, it's nothing, because it's a name for them. And I know at least that particular person was catching a whole lot of flack because they used that word, but they're catching that flack not from Chinese people, but from other people who understand what that word is. It's like, it's not racist for me to use that word.
It's my name, dummies.
It's not even his name. You know what I mean? But it's like, but that was part of it. And I'm like, it's like, I could get, maybe if that was part of the name of the character or something, I have no idea. But I get that certain iconography you should not have out there.
I don't agree with that at all. World War II happened.
Okay, so
swastikas are a thing. If it's used properly, fine. I don't.
So
erasing history does not make it better.
Yes. Okay. So that was you got ahead of my point. But what I was going to say is, like, I mean, it is up to any retailer to not want to sell something that they particularly find offensive.
Yep.
But people should always have the ability to buy what they want. Whether you agree with why they want to buy it, doesn't matter.
That's a slippery slope. You start taking away rights, man.
Yeah, because like, you can literally go buy, and I looked it up. I was looking for this item.
Buy World War II knives with swastikas and shit on them.
Exactly, but technically, you're not supposed to sell them. You're not supposed to profit off of them somehow. I don't even understand. I don't get that part of it. It's just like, it's memorabilia. Sure.
Well, if it's real memorabilia, you're not supposed to profit off of it. If it's a prop replica, it's not the same.
Yeah. But either way, the whole point is that a thing. But it's the same thing. Well, not in the same vein, I should say, as what they did with the Confederate flag here in the U.S., where you can't buy them via original sources anymore, mainstream sources, and you can't. And they even removed it from the General Lee because people were pissed about it significantly later. It's just like, okay, fine, but people should have the choice if they want it or not. You completely taking that away is bullshit. It's like, because it's just an item to be purchased. It's like, and also you don't get to ascribe the meaning to that person. It's like, because if some people are clearly going to be offended by it, that's fine. But what does it mean to the person who's buying it? because that's actually a little bit important. Like, since it's not out on display to, offend anyone, who gives a fuck if he owns it, right? Or she, to be fair. It's like there's I know I got a friend who collects a ton of war memorabilia, and he has a large collection of World War II and World War I German army stuff. Now, whether that's Nazi specific or just German army, either way, there are people who just want that to cease to exist. But as you said, it's like it is a part of history. It's an offensive part of history, but it's also, if you make it disappear, no one can learn from it.
Like if I'm having an Adolf figurine, decked out to the nines, and I'm displaying it where he is enacting stuff that happened during the Holocaust, then I might be a racist piece of shit. But if I have that same Adolf doll and I have Captain America kicking the fuck out of him like he did in the front of the first Captain America thing, he punched him in his mouth, I'm not a racist. It's accurate to the comic. It's accurate to history.
It's accurate to history.
I mean, yeah, like it looks like him. He has the same outfit on. It was printed in the 1940s. It might be a comic. It's still historical. I mean, it's almost 100 years old at this point. So I mean, it's
history.
It looks like the guy from history.
Stretching a little bit.
No, I'm not saying the story is accurate to history.
I know what you're saying, but that's why it's silly what you're saying.
Yeah. The depiction of him is accurate.
Yeah,
to
that's
history.
fine. But what I was going to say is, I found
the Hydra thing and all that is one thing. That was a smart way to avoid that fight.
Yeah,
and not propagate that. But there are certain things where it is very distinctly. Hitler on the cover of that comic does not have a Hydra symbol. He has a swastika symbol on his arm.
Yeah, because he was Hitler. He was not part of Hydra. He was.
Yes.
That's why I like that they divided those two things later.
Yeah.
So Nazis are there, Hydra's here.
Yeah, Hydra's inside of it, hiding.
Hydra was a division of.
Yeah, it was the Illuminati of the Nazis.
Pretty much. But then in this case, and I get TF Source not wanting to sell it. Fine.
They probably got a lot of flack and emails and stuff.
Oh, immediately. But okay, so the press thing they released realistically said, okay, look, we clearly didn't vet this before we put it up for pre-order. And I have a feeling like, a lot of that shit's probably like an automated thing. They just get a listing and it just gets sent a thing and they just boop put it up. And like sometimes they may not even have images. They're just sourcing stuff from another file without ever looking at it or knowing what it is. And then it goes up for pre-sale, and then other people go, hey, did you not notice what happened here? And they're like, oh, shit, But then, like, I don't know how I feel about it. Like, okay, if the artist is an issue, but the thing that he's selling isn't, I don't know how I feel about that. It's like, if what he's selling has nothing to do with his beliefs, then why get rid of it,
I don't understand why he would even make it. Like, I don't know of any source material where Soundwave would need a Nazi jacket. Like,
I don't either. That's why I wondered why it was even done. And I feel like
I think it's in their head they were probably thinking it would line up well with like the World War II Bumblebee and all that shit. So they had
I guess.
Arm.
I mean,
that's the only thing I can logically come up with. It's still stupid.
Yeah,
but it's the only thing I could come up with. And if you want to do that, stay with the Iron Cross. So then you have German military, not specifically a Nazi.
Yeah, because I saw somebody post a picture of a Soundwave in a coat. Didn't have that imagery on it, but it had a broken Decepticon logo image on it, which is fine. But it was clearly a German/Nazi trench coat. Yeah.
You could tell what they were trying to do.
But they just left off the actual iconography, which fine. That's literally almost as neutral as you can get. But
it gets the job done. It's like the Hydra band. Yeah, that's based off the swastika band, but it's a Hydra.
Yeah. And part of me wonders if like there's like some really weird like one-off comic issue that had something like that. But who knows?
I've read a lot of Transformer comics, and I've never seen that. Maybe some fan fiction bullshit.
It feels like a super specific reference, but I don't know. And like I said, I haven't seen the actual thing because, as far as I can tell, it's been scrubbed from almost everywhere. Like, people archive stuff, but like
I've seen the pictures in one of the groups. I was trying to find it earlier when you said you didn't see what it looked like, and I couldn't find it. So I don't know if it even got erased.
No, I'm saying they're fucking scrubbing it because even the original listing, while you can search for it on TF Source, you can't get to it or see it anymore unless you have one of those archive things where you can pull up.
No,
stuff
I'm saying like you took a screenshot of it on TF Source. You went into a group. You made a post and shared those pictures. I can't even find that post.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but even like the TFW 2005 website got rid of the article about it. Like they had an article about the situation that's gone because I bet people were sharing the image. So the thing is like it's getting scrubbed everywhere. It's like, so people just don't want it to ever to be seen, which, you know, fine. But even like, because if somebody shared an image that was from Show Z, and it was the one I said that's got the Decepticon logo on it, I was like, well, this is clearly not what people are pissed off about. Where did this come from? You know? So maybe that was the original concept and then they just pushed it too far, or somebody made their own custom, but it was a Show Z images. So I don't know. But either way, like, it's the fact that this is even an issue is ridiculous, you know, on its face, because it's toys. At least in Transformers, like you said, figures makes total sense, because you would have, some people would have that. I found shit like that easily online. You can literally just buy little Nazi dolls.
And now you're on a list.
I might be. But either way, but I always had like Transformers and other stuff like that. Like, what am I looking for? You know? So I don't care. I mean, we've had to look for so many other ridiculous things in this world. Who cares? But
like I said, I don't know where exactly it comes from. It might even be in a comic from that World War II era where Bumblebee was supposedly here, and he was like one of those Willis Jeeps or whatever the fuck he was.
Yeah.
But I don't remember that.
I could only think that if it was from anywhere, it's from a fucking long forgotten comic that people are just made.
Might have been one of those one-offs in Dreamwave.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It would have to be like a one-off thing where they're like, then,
or an internet or a digital comic that somebody drew up and had a story in it. It might have been online passing around at one time.
It easily could have been, and it just got memory hold. So, but either way, that was just interesting drama from within the fucking Transformers world. Which, by the way, I don't know if you saw this earlier. I'm that tiniest bit excited about the new Hasbro just dropped the new.
I saw that the Cybertron, the War for Cybertron,
the War for Cybertron, Bumblebee, and Prime.
I didn't see Bumblebee. I saw Prime.
There's both. The Bumblebee they both look fantastic in vehicle mode, but bot mode,
mode.
It's all the fucking nonsense.
All the kibble.
Yeah. Dude, even though it was a pain in the ass to transform, I like the original War for Cybertron Bumblebee / Cliffjumper mold. I wish I still had one, because I would put it with my Planet X.
I don't even know if I still have. I don't even know if I ever had that one. I know I have Soundwave. I know I have. Of course, I have the MMC, the Optus Nox, and all that shit.
Yeah.
But I have a bunch of the Planet X stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I ever had Bumblebee.
I had Cliffjumper, which is same exact mold.
I had,
even though they weren't in the game.
I have Ratchet and Ironhide, and I have the Dinobots, Optimus, Soundwave.
Oh. Since you do buy from Show Z, I saw something since I was searching earlier. I saw something listed on Show Z from Magic Square.
What's up?
Their version of Slag.
Oh yeah, that's old news.
Yeah, I hadn't seen anything about that anywhere.
Yep, came out of nowhere, and now I'm hoping that pushes fucking New Age along with their Dinobots, because they need to stop with these Grimlock repaints and put some more out.
They always do all the repaints first, and then they do the next one.
But they haven't even announced any of their other Dinobots.
No, they've got a fucking Power Glide coming. That's more important.
They got a list of them. Like, they have their names and they have their position numbers or whatever, and they've already told you that those leg fillers are coming with later ones. But
someday,
yeah, they haven't announced when it's coming. And now Magic Square's not gonna fuck around like that. They'll dump all 5 Dinobots like quick.
You have to can.
I'll probably end up with both. Have one in bot and one in alt mode.
I'm just worried with Magic Square. Both modes are going to be way bigger than the New Age ones.
I'm not worried about if the Dinobots are bigger, like, because the dinosaurs can be bigger. So as long as their dinosaurs look clean and nice, I can always leave New Age in bot mode.
I just want Planet X to get to the rest of their IDW Dinobots.
I thought they did them all.
No, the IDW Dinobots, not the game Dinobots.
Oh, you want like the caucus that they did? You want the masterpiece version?
Yeah, because I've got Grimlock. I want the rest of them.
I didn't even know you had masterpiece.
Yeah, that's the only thing. That's the only one I've got is that one. But like,
I never got my that came out right when I was on my way out of masterpiece,
Yeah.
and that one almost tempted me enough to buy it. But I heard too many people were having issues with that.
It's a
that
nightmare,
one.
but it's awesome. If I could get another one just to have in bot mode, I would.
No.
Actually,
I heard that one, it's that one hinge like on the
it's
back.
the shoulders. No, it's the shoulders. It's but the newer ones. Oh, no, they blamed it on the plastic that it came in. That was actually just putting torque on it. It's like, no, your fucking ratchet joints are too tight, assholes. It's like people are breaking this while they're trying to move it because it's fucking rock solid. That's why, like, wait, I forget which mode it comes in. Fucking bot mode, doesn't it? Shit. So I had to think about it. I was like, I want one because that T-Rex mode is so goddamn good. Yeah, so beautiful.
It tempted me, man. I almost did.
And by the way, it's Kakus.
No, it's Kakus.
It's Kakus.
No, it's Kakus.
It's Kakus. It's Greek.
No, it's Kakus.
It's Kakus.
It's Kakus.
No, that's what it should be. I did a whole thing about it.
It's Mike Dukakis.
I did a whole thing about it in my review of it. All right. With no good segue, I want to talk about our last subject here, just real quick before we go. That's the way I look.
Make sure you edit all this part out and save that next topic, man. I got to bounce.
Okay.
Kara's giving me the finger, so not that like the.
Oh, is she there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We need to have the teacher discussion sometime soon. I do still want to have that.
She said you said something to her about it, or
yeah, I was just trying to get more of the teachers I know on board, so we can do that later. Because I forgot that my fucking sister-in-law is a teacher too, who's gone through all kinds of crazy shit. So that would have been interesting. And then I've got at least 3 teachers out of my cousins, and then a couple other friends. So like it'd be interesting to get a bunch of teachers that do different stuff together to talk about that whole subject again. Yeah. So and stresses and stuff like that with no names or locations, so that at least protect people.
Can't violate FERPA.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be anything like about a specific student or something like that, but just talk about the stresses that happen like along these situations. That's really what I wanted to get into. So either way, I got to remember to edit that up. What was the time? I'm gonna go for 2. Let me
2:30. Yeah, like somewhere in there.
Yeah. Well, I got to make a note of it or I'll forget. I did that last time and I actually got it. So it was around 2. I'll say 2:20. Oh, that's not a 2. That's a W.
So it was like 2:30ish.
I'll call it 2:28 to go look for it, because the other thing is when I put it in the edit, it's going to be a little bit further away. It's because of all that shit. So either way,
Patreon doesn't get that either.
Yeah, well, I guess some of it, but but either way, guys, we do have another topic to talk about, and it has to do with laws in Hollywood potentially affecting movies in the future. So we'll be talking about that with hopefully a bigger group of people sometime soon,
or not, because fuck them.
Nah, it's very interesting because it also might talk about why movies have sucked so bad recently. So we'll talk about that.
Oh, make sure you get Mike on for that one. It's because Kathleen Kennedy did it.
It's all Kathleen Kennedy's fault. Still waiting on those links, though. Either way, speaking of links, down in the description below, you can go click on any of ours and go subscribe to anything we do, especially the Nerd Rage highlights or promos that Rikki makes. Go check that out. And I guess you could subscribe to actual Nerd Rage other than just the clips that Rikki makes. But also, if you have signed up for the Patreon to come support us here, or at least me, do that. And it is appreciated, because right now, like as small as it actually is, and I get what Bobby was talking about, having that feeling of freedom outside of YouTube's nonsense and knowing that you don't have to just deal with that bullshit is actually a little bit freeing. And I'm not even going anywhere near the content level he's making right now. So
that guy's a fucking beast, man. I'm trying to tell him to calm down.
He needs to a little bit. He's giving himself more work to do less work.
He cannot stop himself, which is fine. I mean, some people have that in them, and I'm glad he found an outlet for it, but it blows my mind sometimes. It's not, he asked before, is it too much? I'm like, for me, no, because I can have it running in the background while I'm at work, or watch it while I'm smoking and having my coffee in the morning. But as long as it's not affecting you and your wife and kids and time with each other, then you do you. But to me, I'm like, charge motherfuckers more. You ain't charging enough for all this shit.
Well, hell, he's got so many more subscribers than he used to, or you know what I mean, Patreon. That's all that matters, realistically. So either way, guys, that's going to be it for this week. Come back next time. Let's do a top 5 next week too. We need to do another
On
one.
what?
I don't know. I got a list. There's a list.
We should do our top five list.
We keep making that joke, but we will. Well,
one day it's gonna fucking happen. We haven't to do 5 of them and be like, that's my favorite.
We got to do at least 20 top 5s to do our own favorite
just
top
do
5.
No, the gag will be just do 5 of them, and then be like, oh, this is gonna be an easy one, and I'll still come up with a list of like 16 favorite top 5s.
It's like my favorite top 5 was actually number 3 in that top 5 because there were 7 in it.
Yeah. And there's a 3-way tie between numbers 1, 4, and 5.
We'll do a top 10 one day, but not today. So either way, guys.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Gotta remember to hit the actual end broadcast button.
I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats.